Welcome back to Kicking It Back. Today is Thursday, May 26th, and the guest to my left, Preston's right, needs absolutely no introduction. We're welcoming on reoccurring guests nowadays, the one and only airplane jumper, prime influencer. I don't know. He's going to tell us.
Influencer, that's a cuss word.
Welcome to the show, Johnni Dijulius.
Wait, am I the first repeat?
We've had a couple people, not interview-wise. Interview-wise, yes. Interview-wise, yes.
Yes.
We've had people on, they do games and stuff. We don't give you that kind of satisfaction. You're not worth it that much to us.
All right.
What's up, brother?
Chilling. How you guys been?
Great, but I want to start out with it's tough to get a hold of Johnny now. He has a manager. Like, we don't even have his phone number. We text him and we get like an automated message. Please contact my manager at this number. We're like, what?
I'll tell you what. I reach out, right? We reach out to do this little interview. He's in town.
Who is this, by the way?
Yeah, I was going to say,
who is this guy?
Claims he doesn't have my number saved, right?
Listen, I don't save anybody's number, and I remember, I think I reached out to him the first time we did the podcast.
Yeah.
So I got your number later on.
Yep.
And I just remember like being lazy and just like never saving it. So every time I look you up, I just search your name in my search bar and it comes up. So I have a group chat with you and then just a number.
Well, you know the number's him, so it's like you'll never.
I know it's you.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say
7613.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for all
I
the
know
followers out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stupid.
You know how much easier it is just to hit save real fast and just have Jared in there?
He'd rather remember the 4 digits.
I was gonna say he has no problem having my number though when he's trying to start up a podcast. He's like, "Hey man, this dude calls me. He's like, sorry, I'm going through the mountains right now. I can't." I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Just call me when you're like at a home."
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man, all right. No Live No Tomorrow podcast, correct?
Yeah, we haven't launched it yet, but we recorded like 3 episodes. So
Awesome.
it'll be sick.
When's
Gonna
that
have
coming?
Kicking It Back on soon.
Fuck yeah.
Just probably this summer. Just there's no like set date yet. Just figuring a few different things out on like content side first.
For sure.
You know, just without getting into too much detail. Want to wait until it's like a good time and to boom start releasing podcasts.
That's awesome.
You know.
Way more planned than we have.
No, listen, unplanned is my. I like I like off script. Off script is the fucking best.
Yeah, there's a
One-way
reason.
tickets, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason we don't have a script right now.
Yeah, as there shouldn't be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's on your minds? Let's
Right.
rap.
Let's
go on.
Let's go back. You were in Cleveland for a while the last time that we were doing this podcast, and then you kind of went. You went off. Where'd you go when you left Cleveland? You've been
When
all
was
over
what was the month we did a podcast?
I want to say June, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So went back to Harvard for a little bit. Harvard was at Harvard until like October,
Okay.
and then, dude, I didn't want to be in one place. This is gonna sound really bad, and I'll kind of like work it back how I went through it in my head. I was not selfless enough to only be there for other kids. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And it bothers me a little bit. Like, am I a selfish person? And you know, I was sitting there and I was like, it might do more harm to them if I'm not all in. I just didn't want to be in one place, only wrestling. I love wrestling. That's who I am. But I also have this adventurous side where it's like, I want to live with more freedom. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to ask if I could, you know, fly to so-and-so's wedding or if I can fly to so-and-so's this. I don't want to have to ask permission. I want to somehow monetize it where I can work for myself, right? Mm-hmm. So I was sitting there, I was feeling like cooped up, getting a little stir crazy. Money's never a reason I would do anything, but you are capped when you have to answer to somebody else. You're 100% capped.
Yeah.
So I wanted a way where I could just either run it up on my own, even if I made less than I was there, it didn't really matter. I would have more freedom.
Right.
I wanted that. Told them peace, left on good terms, and then went out to LA. I had been living in Los Angeles. But the way I talk about like that selfish thing is I think it's okay to be selfish at times, right? Like people look at selfish as such like a dangerous word. Like, oh, you're selfish. It's like, yeah, well, the best athletes in the world are. I'm not calling myself the best athlete, but you think that MJ, LeBron, Kobe, I'll just use the basketball players, but any athlete at times, they could go be selfless for somebody else, but they know they have a game tomorrow. They're going to say, no, fuck off, I'm going to bed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, for my mental health, I think I like analogies. I don't know how you guys are. I love learning from analogies. This guy likes analogies for sure, right? Can you get him to shut up ever sometimes?
Sometimes
talk your ears
no.
off?
Yeah.
Never.
The whole time.
Never.
So,
especially when you don't have my number saved, that's when I come at you because it's like I can just let you have it and you don't know who it's coming from.
So 7613. So the way I view like the word selfish is 90% of the time yes, it's probably not the best thing to be selfish in all facets. But there is a level of, when you're on an airplane, why, when an oxygen mask comes down, does the airline stewardess say, make sure you put your mask on before assisting others? If I'm a selfless person and I'm just putting everybody's mask on, right, I pass out from lack of oxygen. If I put mine on first, now I'm able to probably help a lot more people.
Right.
I viewed it like that. I viewed if my mental fulfillment, right? I don't want to say happiness. Fucking ice cream can make you happy, right? It's not happiness.
Yeah.
If my mental fulfillment and satisfaction with just where I am and who I am was not completely satisfied, I'm not going to be a good coach, friend, whatever, to anybody.
For sure.
But if I take care of myself first, even though that might mean leaving some kids that are relying on me at Harvard and go, be a little selfish for myself, I think I can help and be a better version of me to other people anyways. You know what I mean? That's how I viewed it.
Okay. Interesting. Dude, you're just always on the ball.
Man, hey, listen, I've been planning this one. I've been thinking about kicking it back for months. Hey, I have notes on my phone. I'm going to tell this story. I'm going to tell this story. I deleted Jared's number just so I could say I didn't have his number.
Exactly. It was all part of the plan.
You're learning from the Paul brothers, the strategic.
All right.
I have a confession. This could probably go wrong. We can edit this, need be. But I think the last time we filmed, okay, I was a little bit more quiet. I was still talkative, all right? But I think I was a little more quiet.
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure looking back, I had COVID at the time.
Really?
Because remember, I had one more day of I couldn't go skydiving because I had my last day of my internship. Whole office was out that next day with COVID.
Wow.
I was sick. I had a cold, but I never thought anything of it. They all tested positive, all had the same symptoms. So looking back, I think I had
Did you have
COVID.
any symptoms?
I just, like a normal cold. That's why I just thought, and like, we're bringing you on. I'm not going to I mean, Jordan.
Listen, don't worry. But
well, I'm glad you're healthy. I'm just saying, looking back on it, I'm pretty sure that's where I was at.
Did you get COVID ever?
I don't think so.
I tested.
I never tested positive. I tested all the time. But
Dude, I had to get it tested all the time at Harvard. I've been
Yeah.
to since 2020 in March, I've been to 5 or 6 countries. I've been to 43 states.
Oh my
and never had
God.
COVID.
Oh my God.
I was trying to at this point. I couldn't
Yeah,
get it.
right.
Right. It was insane.
Right.
It was insane.
Dude, I was laughing. There
I was getting
comedian-
tested consistently.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
What
good.
was that time span of 43 states?
Oh, this isn't getting edited either.
Sorry.
He scripted this too. Look at him. He's dying.
Oh my God, I'm choking on water.
At least we have you for clickbait if you die here.
Fuck the airplanes.
Water kills.
Jeez.
Speaking, I'll give you a second here, but I was talking, I just saw a comedian, the one guy was talking about how everyone gets
Who?
mad. Preacher Lawson.
I don't know. I like watching. Comedians come on my TikTok page
Yeah,
a lot. I freaking love watching
Yeah.
those segments.
Oh yeah, but this guy was talking about how COVID, he's like, I'm pretty healthy, I'm all plant-based, He goes, but you tell that to someone and they get pissed. They're like, oh, I know someone who's just as healthy as you. He goes, well, clearly they weren't as healthy as me because they died. So I'm still here. So you can't tell me they're more healthy than how I am. And it was like, oh, man, that is so bad, but so funny.
Comedians,
Yeah.
it's hard to put a limit on comedy.
For sure.
You could go as much as, there's not a line. You can't draw a line.
Well, tell that to Chris
I was just
Rock.
going to say, we can bring that up, yeah. But you know what does? So, Will Smith was 100% in the wrong. Shouldn't have done that, right?
Right.
There is something, though, not comedians, but I do see nowadays people do stuff and don't expect repercussions.
Right.
Yep.
Should the person react that way? No. But if you're going to talk shit, you have to be ready.
Right.
You
Right.
have to be. You don't know what crazy motherfucker. Bro, there's been times where I've seen people walk to their car and grab a weapon. And it's like, you don't know what someone's capable of doing.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? Just be ready at all times. Don't be shocked.
Yeah.
Even though you're not in the wrong, don't be shocked.
Right,
For people
sure.
are fucking crazy.
Yeah, for
Crazy.
sure.
So this guy, you got kind of a platform now. Before you came on, you had a platform, okay?
Drink prime, baby.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you've kind of taken another step, all right? And I'm not going to call you an influencer because you said don't you dare use that word. Not an influencer. We're just going to say our friend.
Yeah.
You've gained a couple followers.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
fair to say.
TikTok's done really well.
Yeah, I mean, you see a guy jumping out of an airplane, throwing drinks in his face. It's pretty engaging, I'd say. I watch him.
Not only drinks, but having that Logan Paul brand, it's like, wow, this dude is with Logan Paul.
Cleveland natives.
Yeah.
Cleveland natives. Sticking
yeah.
together.
So Logan, I've known Logan for a while. In 2014 or something like that, I was wrestling at Ohio State. Fortunately, I was a decent little household name in the wrestling world, right?
Yeah.
So when Logan and Jake were in high school, I was wrestling at Ohio State, and again, the wrestling world's small.
Right.
What's cool about the wrestling world is if you're a kid basketball player, the chance, and I'm not LeBron James by any means, but if you're a kid basketball player, the chances of you being in the same room as LeBron James is very rare,
Right.
For sure.
unless you're watching a basketball game. If you're a kid wrestler, to be in the LeBron Jameses of our sport in the same room, it's very, very high chance.
Right.
Right?
cool.
I am not by any means LeBron. I'm like a
Who's the GOAT?
James Harden.
Who's
right?
the GOAT wrestler?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the GOAT
No. Well,
we can fight. We can fight.
We'll get
right
on
now.
that too, but no.
The GOAT wrestler, Jordan Burroughs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jordan Burroughs?
he's 5 or 6 time world champion. He's
Okay.
still competing. He's in his 30s, but yeah. So like a chances of like a kid that's 7 years old being in the same room, taking pictures and shaking
Right.
hands with Jordan Burroughs, pretty likely. You know what I mean? Our sport is just like that. You know. Long story short, Jake comes to a wrestling camp at Ohio State.
Nice.
And for some reason, like, the kid was a little fucker. He was awesome. And I'm a little fucker, right?
Right.
So I was loving it, right? And I was signed to his dorm room. I'm at Ohio State. It's summertime. I'm taking classes. I'm training. But I worked the wrestling camps while I was
Nice,
training
yeah.
because it was like nice. You get to train, but you also get a little money from Ohio State. It was
Right.
sick. So my whole thing was I had to stay on the floor with them at the dorm, knock on doors at 11, make
Right.
sure they were all asleep. Instead, I took Jake out to the bars, right?
No fucking way.
Yeah, I don't remember correctly. I think he told me I got him laid that night.
No
Yeah.
fucking
He
way.
was like 16. It was hilarious. And that's really bad to say, but fuck it, right? Anyways, I took him out to the bars. We were having fun. He was like, we did some, I'm in college. I'm like 22 at this point, or 21. I'm an idiot. And am I 5 years older than him? I think he's 25. I'm
Notice how he
29.
makes himself of age, so he's not in the wrong here. But he's like, yeah, Jake was 16, but I was 21. I was 21.
I don't drink, so yeah.
That's fair.
So I remember he kept wanting me to film, like, because Vine had just came out. He didn't pop yet. He kept wanting me to film stuff with him. So we came with this idea. We called it like Fat Man Rodeo, right, or something. And I mean, this guy is like, he can come up with a
Right.
phrase on the spot. Marketing insane. Like
Yeah.
the ability for him to make something interesting. That's a skill set in its own. You know what's funny? A lot of people see these people pop out of nowhere. And I'm not Jake, for example, but like you're sitting there and all of a sudden Addison Rae is just on your page.
Right.
And you're like, this person just hit the lottery and got lucky.
Yeah, right.
They were trying. And then all of a sudden something happened where they blew up. But nobody saw, like that iceberg poster, right? Nobody saw all the stuff prior. Are there girls that just post their ass and get famous overnight? Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. But like, just
Right.
This guy was trying for a long time, and then all of a sudden people see him. And they're like, oh, this guy came out of nowhere. He didn't.
Right.
He was fucking really trying.
Yeah.
We had this thing called Big Man Rodeo, where he made me follow him around campus, and he would find some big dude, guy walking to class, whatever, and I had to time him 8 seconds. He had to jump on the guy's back and see how long he could stay on.
That is
I
good.
don't think he ever posted it. He was like 16, just fucking doing this shit, right?
That's insane.
The first Vine that ever popped off for him, what's your first viral? A couple 100,000 views? I don't know, right? Your first viral one. I filmed it. So it's pretty cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then we just stayed in touch ever since then. He's a good buddy now, and just staying in touch.
What are they like? Are they like normal guys when you guys hang out?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like everyone else.
They're the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
That's not what you were saying before this. No, I'm joking.
The most generous people. The
That's
most,
awesome.
and the people they surround themselves with, even better, right? Like Jake especially has like a very niche, not niche, that's the wrong term, sorry, a very close knit group.
Yeah.
5 or 6 people that he's consistently with that I really think he would do anything for. Like if one of his best friends said, Jake, I'm in jail, I need you to bail me out for $1 million, Jake would say no questions asked. Like, no joke.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Interesting.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
that's funny how like the world gets so big, right? There's a lot of people watching you, a lot more eyes, a lot more people that are in love with you, engaged with you. And you're saying the circle is it's shrinking. It
Well,
shrinks.
the bigger you get, the more people want to take advantage of you.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The more rich people, not rich,
like us,
sorry,
right? That's what we did with you. We're like, dude, come on. You got a couple clicks now. Come back
The
on.
the more people the more money you have, the more free shit you get too.
Yeah.
Like I've been out a few times with some I can't say a lot of names right now,
Gotcha.
but some pretty high profile people. And holy fuck, are they?
Yeah.
Everything is planned. Everything.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas. We have, hey, you get a text message. Hey, you and blank are going to this specific place at this specific time. There are 15 girls there ready. And I'm like, what? Like they're like because everything wants to be like they want to make everything look good.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, your Tao dinner is all paid for. Just go sit down. It'll be there when you get there.
Yep.
You don't have to order. You don't, everything's
picture
fucking
of it.
right. But I'm sitting there. I'm like, this guy's like the person I'm with. I'm like, this guy's a fucking billionaire. Why does he need free stuff?
Right.
It makes the world is backwards.
Right.
It's the craziest thing.
Right.
That is weird.
So I touched on it earlier. I said you have a manager. How did that come about?
Okay, so this is wild.
Who
Remember?
wants to manage this? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be an ass right now, but who sees the guy that's like,
Okay, this guy could die,
Yeah.
like, realistically, any day because he's jumping off of crazy shit. Yep, that's my guy.
that's the talent I want.
It's
That's
got
the talent I
viral
want.
appeal. All right?
It does.
No,
It does. I totally see why. But
So
like,
this is actually cool. You know how I am
Yeah.
with pronoia and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
for
I
sure.
I got knocked to my knees 4 years ago. 4 years later, I realized why.
right.
Stuff like that. That's always how I've been. When something bad happens, life gets interesting, right?
Yeah.
Literally 4 years ago, 2018 maybe, I'm wrestling at, where was I wrestling at? I was training for Team USA, but I was training out of New Jersey. I was living at Rutgers, and I had like a long weekend where I wasn't doing anything. My buddy lives in Los Angeles. I fly out there. There's a club out in Los Angeles called One Oak. This is actually the story when I seen Nick Diaz and Leo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So while I'm there, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm never going to have fucking Nick Diaz ever again to get me in this club. I better plant a seed with somebody that works here just to have that relationship, right? I start talking to this promoter guy that let us in. His name's Will. Shout out to Will. He's one of my good buddies now, right? I fucking love Will. So long story short, me and Will are talking outside after One Oak, and somehow skydiving got brought up naturally. And everybody tells me, I'll fucking go. So he tells me, yo, dude, let's go tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, okay, right? Like, whatever. I give him my number. It's like 4 a.m., right? 7, 8 a.m. rolls around. I wake up to a text message, hey, what time you want to go today? I'm like, this guy's fucking serious. So me and him drive down, do a skydiving thing. I get him up. It's Super Bowl Sunday, actually. I remember specifically. He jumps, loves it, and we just remain friends ever since, right?
Nice.
Every time I'm in LA, we'd get dinner.
Right.
He's from Boston, so when I was coaching at Harvard and he was in town for holidays, we'd hang out and we'd just talk all the time. Right? He's a very good friend of mine now. The crazy part is when it circles back is you never know what small little thing kind of that was again a selfish thing I was doing. I wasn't trying to introduce myself to somebody because I just wanted to be friendly. I, in my head, was like, hey, you know what? If I ever come back to One Oak, I want to know people,
Yeah.
right? Is that wrong? No, not necessarily. That's just the going out scene. That's how it is. But it turned into a real friendship, right? It turned into a real friendship, which I value very immensely. Now,
Yeah.
Hold on.
Did you save his number?
You know what? I did.
People you value?
Listen,
Only people
before
you
this
value.
podcast ends, I'll save your number. Listen, you're my guy. Don't worry.
You know I'm messing around, bro.
So yeah, fuck off. So when 4 years later, I'm driving, just quit Harvard. I'm driving across the country, and it took me like a month to get across. I was jumping in Utah. I was fucking base jumping. I was this. I was all over the place. And I get to LA, and it was like beginning of December. It was like December 6th or 7th. I remember. I don't know why I remember the date. I think I had a clinic, and I had to be there. So I text Will. I'm like, hey, dude, just got to town. What are you doing tonight? It happened to be Usman versus Colby fighting.
Okay.
He goes, hey, we're having a fight party. We're watching the fights at the W. W's a nice hotel in downtown West Hollywood.
Nice.
He goes, hey, come to the W. We have a bunch of people going on the roof later because there's a hot tub up there. I'm like, all right, bet. Right? I go.
Bring my shoot.
I'm sitting there. It's not that high. I did jump up. So there's this.
He thought
He was
about
like,
that.
hold on, can
He's
I
like,
say
wait.
this?
He's like, what did I legally abide
There's
myself to
this
say?
building in downtown Brickell, also called the W.
Okay.
It's a cool building.
Be good to jump off him.
It'd be nice if someone did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywho.
Cool. Yeah.
So, Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for that from base jumpers. They were not happy with me. So I'm at the W. I see Will, meeting a bunch of his friends, right? And I'm in the hot tub, and this girl comes up. I'm not getting into like a girl in the hot tub story, right? It's not like that kind of story. Just super friendly. Being super friendly. Hey, how are you? Just the regular. What are you about to laugh at?
I saw him looking around. I was giggling. I don't know.
Well, I usually fast forward this part.
No, this is all staying. We don't edit with Johnny. Unless his agent
I don't think you
calls.
understand my joke. We usually fast forward. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were saying I was going to, like, cut it.
Anyways, I'm in the hot tub. We're talking. I say, hey, what do you do? Everybody in LA, it is cool, but it is played out a little bit how everybody in LA is an aspiring actress, model, social media someone. It's something along those lines, singer, whatever. Sure. But as much as it is like people saying, hey, I want to be this, want to be this, want to be this, it is the most accepting thing. Like, it's like, if I said I wanted to start something like a podcast to my back home friends, your closest people will roll their eyes. Okay, what, are you going to be a famous podcaster? Right. What, are you going to be an actor? What, are you going to be a singer? Are you going to be, right? If you said to anybody in LA, it's like people respect the dream hustle so much. Yeah. Nice. It is really cool. It is really cool. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of bullshit in LA you don't like. But that side of it is cool, right? So long story short, she says she's a social media manager. I'm like, oh, no way. Anybody I would know. And she like pauses and she goes, you know Addison Rae? And I'm like, what?
You're like, get the fuck out of here.
She goes, I actually founded her and, started her, whole thing. And now she's rep by so-and-so. But when she was first starting out, I was her manager. I'm like, oh, wow. So you're pretty established. And the reason I knew she wasn't just trying to flex is because she paid me no type time. Yeah. Like, I thought, I don't jump off shit. I'm cool. I'm this. Like, I'm thinking I'm the shit. And she goes, well, to be honest, I'm not looking for anybody right now. And I'm like, oh, wow. So she really is, like, the real deal. Right. Because she's not trying to sell herself to me. Like, it was really cool, right?
Right.
We swap Instagrams. That was the end of it, right? Fast forward to Jake Paul's birthday party. I do a prime jump with Logan out the helicopter. Next day, I get a message from her. Hey, remember me? I met you at the hot tub with Will. Yeah. If I never met Will 4 years ago, if I never went to One Oak that night, if I never went, X, Y, Z, if I never did. Now, I'm saying only good things. If I never, missed the green light, and I hit the red light and I didn't make it to One Oak on time, I wouldn't have caught him like that. Right? There's so many what ifs, and I love those kind of things. Yeah. Where somehow it led to me meeting her, and it led to her saying, hey, I think that when you jump out of stuff, I can get you brand deals. Hey, you want to jump out with this kicking it back shirt on for X amount of money, right? It led to a freaking $5,000 TikTok. 30-second TikTok. Took me 30 seconds to make the day I signed with her.
Wow.
She gave me a $5,000 TikTok from Dunkin' Donuts. I had to make a Dunkin' Donuts TikTok. Cringiest thing I've ever done in my life.
I definitely saw that.
It was so bad.
It was pretty cringy. It was pretty cringy.
Fuck off. It was fun.
I was amped though. I remember watching it next to Madeline, and I was like, now he's doing ads. Like, I remember seeing it, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty bad, but it's there.
Dude, I didn't know what to do. They're like, Dunkin' Donuts reached out to her, and they're like, hey, have him duet it and work base jumping in somehow. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you can't upload previous videos on a duet. Yeah. It has to be new.
I know.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. So I walked into Dunkin' Donuts with my base jumping helmet on, and I thought it was funny. I don't know. But fuck it.
That's
great.
5 smackers, though. That's cool.
So what does she do for you? She just finds brand deals? And
she's like a lot of pitch decks. So, you know what's crazy? Out west, everybody is like on some kind of take. And not in a shiesty way, but like, you see people go on these trips, and you're like, how the fuck do they afford that? Yeah. Right? They might only have 50, 60,000 followers, right? They might only have, like, they're not A-list celebrities, what I'm saying, right? Every trip they go on, but prior to the trip, they'll have a pitch deck. They'll write some nice, paragraph. Mm-hmm. Hey, 4 guys get lost on a hike, and they're X, Y, Z, and they're this, and they're this, and they're this, and all of a sudden, they do blank, and they go to a brand, and they say, hey, what do you think about this? We'll have your flag in our video at the end. and they'll get a couple $1,000s that fund the trip. And it's insane. Everything
Wow.
is paid. Everything. And, like, I have been on a million trips, and I've paid the entire thing. These guys that I know now in LA and I know now out west are geniuses when it comes to, like, monetizing stuff they want to do.
They're like,
so
Johnny, you pay for the shit
Yeah.
you do, you fucking weirdo.
Seriously, it's crazy.
Is that your credit card?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, and sometimes it's not even for posts.
Right.
It's like, we'll get content with your stuff and send it to you. We're gonna be in Hawaii.
Wow.
We'll have your stuff on, and we'll just give it to you. It's like basically you're
You do what you
delegating
want.
it.
Wow.
Yeah, instead of having to hire a camera guy and go there, I'm already gonna be out there. Right.
Right.
Just buy my content. It's nuts. It's really
Wow.
cool.
Interesting. So, have you tried any of this yet?
Yeah. So fortunately, I was in Panama. I wanted to go to Panama for myself.
Yeah.
And I would just reach out to things to get it paid
Yeah.
for, right? What else? I mean, there's been a bunch of small stuff.
Right.
I haven't been on a major trip since I've signed with her yet. I don't think. Panama was like right when it started. And Panama was March.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting. So, do you have to get her approval to like come on this? Like, did you have to tell her like
You know,
even though
she
we're
said
buddies?
for Preston that I was good, but she said, can it just be a one-on-one?
Yeah. So that's the guy who said to
Could
not
Jarrett,
pick.
could Jarrett work the camera?
Yeah, you just take pictures.
Yeah, who's the loudmouth? I don't need him stealing any action over here. That's funny, dude. Your life is just—it's still beyond me.
You know what? I sit at home most of the time and watch movies. I think, you know what I mean?
Is your shit more planned now that you have her, or is it?
It should be, but it's not.
Really?
Yeah, it should
But
be.
that's not you though. Like you're not a planned
Right.
guy.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
better
You,
like that.
you said it before we started. You're just
It's
not a
nice to
planned
have
guy.
somebody that does plan for sure, but
Right.
I think I operate best off script and winging it a little bit. Like there was a time she wanted me to meet Gary Vee,
Okay.
and
I do remember this.
Yeah.
and we were gonna have like a sit down and talk. And prior, she was like,
Sorry.
"No, go ahead, talk."
That conversation, I would pay $100 just to listen to that conversation.
Yeah, it was cool.
between you
And
two.
she was like, "Listen, you're gonna have a sit down with Gary at the Encore in Vegas. I want you to text me." She's like super professional, right?
Right.
She's like about her shit. She's like, "I want you to text me 2 questions you're gonna ask him." And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't do that."
Yeah.
And I'm trying to explain to her, I'm like, "Listen, if you give me a script, I'm not gonna talk well."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm gonna
nerve up.
fuck it
Yeah,
up.
I'll nerve up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me go in there and feel the conversation,
Right.
and read off of it.
Yeah.
And me and her, like, we're going back and forth, not in a bad way, just like in a constructive way.
Yeah.
And it's good that she challenges me,
Right.
And then I got there, and me and Gary started vibing back and forth, and then it went well, right? And now, she could see my strengths and whatnot, but I can also understand there's times maybe I do need to go that route also, which is cool.
Right.
Super cool.
I'm so fucking.
How'd that
jealous right
combo
now.
go with Gary?
Yeah. He's a
Yeah.
fucking man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he exactly how his social media looks? Yeah. Same.
Yeah, he's great. It's great. It's awesome.
That's so great.
That's unbelievable. So now you're vibing with these crazy people now.
Fortunately, yeah. There's some cool people. It's a byproduct of just you know what the best compliment ever is? It's not like, hey, like you're a good looking, young 20-something dude. You're
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good looking guy. It's not being called good looking. It's not being called even smart. I love being told. This might be narcissistic of me, but I love being told. No, it's not. It's okay to appreciate affirmation, right? It's
Yeah.
okay to appreciate that. I love being told I have good energy, and I think if not you, but I'm talking to anybody, right? If the general if you have good energy and you're a little charismatic and you can talk, I think you vibe with anybody. Nobody is like intimidating to talk to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is great. And both of you guys are like that. So, that's why you guys have a good podcast, because you can talk to anybody. But yeah, dude, you just run into people out there, and
No.
everybody out there is on the same thought process.
Yeah.
So everybody is inviting to talk to each other. It's not, even if you're an introvert, it's like you're open and receptive to want to talk to a bunch of people, which is really cool.
Is there anyone that you walked up to that knew you that you were like shocked, like genuinely shocked that they knew who
That's
you
a
were?
good question. I like
This
that.
actually just happened.
Really?
Yeah. So like if I'm in Cleveland or Columbus,
That's
it's normal,
very
right?
common,
Like
yeah.
it's and like, I'm by no means famous, but you feel like prideful in a second. Like I don't want to get into too much detail about this part, but this girl was yelling at me and at a bar one time, like 2 weeks ago, and in the middle of her like cussing me out, this guy walks up and goes, "Hey, can I get a selfie with you?" And I was like, "This is perfect. This is the best thing that could have happened right now."
That's fucking awesome.
With something like that happens, that's cool. But the most like, you know, the most badass I ever felt was I had a video go viral, and I walked into Starbucks in Los Angeles. There's a random Starbucks, not a Starbucks that I regularly go to. It was just a random Starbucks. And the guy taking my order goes, I saw you the other day on the Daily Mail. And I go, what the fuck is going on? And then he gave me like a free donut or something. I was like, this is unbelievable right now. Like how cool. Small the world is and technology nowadays.
Right.
It was so sick. And I remember the viral video. I had like a helmet on. Like you had to like really look to recognize.
Right.
Probably the ears makes sense, right? But I was like, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like I remember, like I'll never forget that guy. That was cool. That was fun.
Can you get obsessed with it? Like that?
Dangerously.
Okay. Yeah.
Dangerously. The first time I had a viral video, I was coaching at Harvard. I remember being addicted to my phone. I remember, and it's strangers. It's people that don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
It's people that don't care about you. So it was when my buddy held me by his hand.
Yeah.
That was like the first one that I ever like really felt any kind of like Sports Centers in my direct message. You open your phone, you have 300 unread direct messages in like 5 minutes from random people, from bots, from anybody, right? And you have a bunch of verified accounts and all the wrong things that would excite people, right?
Yeah.
It's not exciting, but it's easy to get caught up in it for a second, right? It's very toxic. Right away, I'm like, this is sick. SportsCenter DM me, Puberty DM me, Barstool DM me, and I'm like having conversations with these people, not as generic accounts. It's like, hey bud, what's up? It's like personal, right? This is insane, right? I remember going to wrestling practice, and I remember staring at the clock, so excited to get back to my phone, right? And I couldn't wait. Practice ends. I run to the locker room, and I stop. I'm like, whoa.
You're like, holy fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? This is not good. And I remember putting my phone down for like an hour, and I was like, I know these people that are messaging me and saying all these things and commenting and sharing this don't actually give a fuck who I am.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
So I kind of like worked it into my head that it's okay to appreciate affirmation. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It feels good. It's good that it feels good. It's okay to be excited that you're having traction. Hey, this account is sharing this. This person's DMing me. That's good. However, it's not okay when you start liking that more than you like what you're doing.
For sure.
If I like the appreciation I got more than skydiving, that's probably not healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
You start getting into faking stuff. You start getting into doing stuff only for that, right?
Without a doubt.
If you happen to do cool stuff and you can story tell well and share it, okay, good. Have fun. Do it. That's fine. And that's kind of like how I worked it out after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
For sure.
That's kind of how I've summed it up.
That's interesting. Good story real fast. I will say your video, one of your recent ones was popping off. It was on all the, Barstool, ESPN.
Wow.
I forget which one it was. It's not really part of
Not
the
the
story.
bad one?
I don't think
Do
it
you
was
know
the
what the
bad
bad one
Yes,
I'm talking about?
yes. You sent me the bad one, dude, and you said don't send this to anyone.
Yeah, that got everywhere. That was bad.
Yeah, you ended up posting it. And I remember I was like, I wish I could show this to people, but like I literally like felt like I was responsible.
Might as well talk about it now.
Yeah, we'll finish your story.
Yeah,
We'll work it out.
but anyways, this is quick. So it was just it was Barstool, ESPN, all this shit, and I get a call from you, and I have your number saved. You didn't have mine. You must have searched it. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. No, I'm joking. But I get a call from you, right? I answer it. I'm like, hey, what up? And you're like, what up, bro? How you been? And I'm like, you're asking me how I've been. I'm like, your video right now is like all over, and you're like, yeah, how about that? So anyways, how's school? And I'm like, you seriously did not make it anything about that. I think we talked about it for 5 seconds, that video.
Good.
And it was literally the day
I'm
it was
glad I
going
did
up.
that then, because
Yeah.
like there's times I'm sure I've been
For sure,
like,
but
I'm
remember-
the man,
Yeah,
right? But
right.
like I'm happy that's how.
My
you
roommates asked, they're like, oh, what? Because I said I had to run upstairs to call you real fast because you texted me actually and said, give me a call when you get a second. So I called you, and then you were like, how you
private,
been?
I appreciate you.
Yeah. No, so I ran upstairs because I didn't know what it was about. And I was like, maybe he's flying me out to LA or something. I got to be fucking ready. I started packing my
we
bag.
should do something. That'd be fun.
That would be cool.
That would be badass.
Yeah, and we can have you write up the little script.
Actually-
two numbnut podcasters walking
Pause
to a
too.
bar.
I do want. Remind me. I'm going to say it now. I do want, because I've watched Logan do his podcast and how he pops up, does it, and how he does it. I want after the podcast. I want to talk to you guys about like some cool stuff that I stole from him. That you guys could like do. But okay,
Let's do it. Yeah,
back to it.
No, but
On
I'm
the
just
phone.
saying, like, I ran up and I came down after the conversation. My friends were all like, my roommates were like, oh, what do you have to say about the video? Because everyone saw this video that was going around. And I was like, nothing. Like he
He barely acknowledged it.
I was like, it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, we just had
Well,
like
I was asking you about podcast.
it was about the podcast stuff, but like you were so more fascinated in like how I was doing. I was asking you how you were doing.
Well, good.
Not talking about the
Makes me
video,
happy.
the podcast. We were talking about serious stuff, and I was like, we just had a 20-minute conversation, and he's got like a video that is literally all over the place. So I'm like, we didn't talk about it. Like, I thought that was weird, and you saying that like the obsession thing I asked you, and then like you following it with that, like that adds to it. Like,
okay, good.
I can double down that you're truthful with that.
But there's times that everybody slips in is like, oh, this is cool. But it's like, is it cool? You know what I mean? Like, I battle with myself at least. I have like a guilty conscience. But
talk about guilt for a second.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, talk about guilt.
So like,
before you go into
I think a lot of people, especially when they're young, think guilt is a terrible thing. I like to look at bad words, not bad words as cuss words, but bad words like the word selfish we already talked about. It's kind of a darker word and an insult at times.
Yeah.
Selfish, guilt, suffering, grief. Grief is a great one, right? You guys ever heard Andrew Garfield talk about grief?
I don't think so.
Okay, so what he said, he lost his mom, right? And obviously, like, I lost my mom. And what he said is, thank goodness I have grief, right? And the interviewer was like, what do you mean? He goes, if I didn't have grief, that means she wasn't important. So how beautiful is it that she was so important I had this much grief after she passes? Like, I hope I have grief for the rest of my life because that means she mattered that much. It's like, wow, when you change how you look at it like that. Like, you know what fucking phrase I hate? I fucking can't stand. You can't change your past, Johnny. Yes, you can. You 100% can change your past. You can change the way you look at your past and the way you let it affect you, right? My entire life I wanted to win NCAAs at Ohio State as an individual.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. That affected me for a long time. I was down. I thought I wasn't that good of a wrestler. And now I'm comparing myself to the 1%, right? But I thought I wasn't that good of a wrestler. My identity was wrapped up in it, all this stuff. But when you change the way the past affects you, I look at it, okay, that built me, shaped this, set this up, snowballed to that, domino effect. Now I'm here. It's a blessing. You change the way you look at it, right? So I've changed the way I looked at the word guilt.
Right.
The word guilt, for a lot of us, we run from. I don't want to feel guilty. And that's a reason I've been lied to in the past, right?
Jesus Christ, John. You can't look at me and smile and not expect me to fucking laugh.
People don't want to feel guilty.
Right.
So it's like, okay, if I don't tell this person this, I won't have to feel guilty, right? It's human nature to feel more guilty when someone finds out. That's just the how it goes, right?
For sure.
If I don't admit this out loud, I don't have to feel guilty. And how many times have you heard somebody say, like, you're trying to make me feel guilty right now? I'm going to be the first to tell you, it's okay to feel guilty.
Right.
You should feel guilty. Now, the cool thing about guilt is if you change the way you look at it and you lean into guilt, guilt is evidence that you're a good person. It's the only, think about evidence. If you go and give $1 to a homeless guy, is it evidence you're a good person? No, it's not.
Right.
You could be doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Right. Someone's watching you do it.
Right? A serial killer kills X amount of people. He has zero guilt.
Right.
He's probably not a great guy. Right? Probably not a good guy. Right? But somebody tells a white lie and they feel an immense amount of guilt afterwards. It's literally evidence. And obviously you're very religious. It could be God saying it to you, right? You're literally a good human being. It's evidence you're a good person. So when you feel guilt, instead of being like, I don't want to feel this, you should be like, value it and be like, yo, I feel really guilty right now. Wow, it's time to grow. I must be a good person. That's a good thing. I feel guilty. I must have fucked up. Let's get better, right? Change the way you look at it, and just don't run away from guilt. I'm a big believer in like indulge in the emotion. So like if you're sad, lean into the pain. Watch a sad movie. Listen to a sad song. If you feel guilty, that's what I think. I think you learn more about yourself when you do that, right? It's really easy to feel sad and then run away from it, and I think it gets buried. And I think a year later,
comes back
you have
out.
a lot of problems that arise from it. But yeah, so I keep going off on tangents, but that's how I think.
I love it.
Your podcast, we're just tuning in. Your podcast, we're gonna have to clip this. This is gonna be the first episode of Live No Tomorrow.
Facts.
Yeah.
We were talking about something before guilt. You said pause.
On a more serious note, like you legitimately almost died.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So there's a lot I want to unpack here.
This is the video, correct?
Yes.
That we're referring to?
Yeah.
Fucking nuts, dude. My stomach hurt watching this.
Funny thing about the viral stuff, I've probably had like 5 or 6 videos. You know what they use in LA, the term perform well, as they say. It's like a freaking it's like a gymnast. Like, yeah, it was a good performance. It's like, yeah, that video performed well, and they talk about people say social media shouldn't be this, shouldn't be this, shouldn't be this, and yes, there's a spectrum to it, to caring too much and to not giving a fuck.
Right. It's
okay if you don't give a fuck, totally fine, but people have to understand it's okay when people in a healthy way also care. Here's why. 20 years ago, the only way people could sell advertisements was big businesses. Nickelodeon could have commercials. Disney Channel could have commercials. ESPN, HBO, TNT, whatever. Big business, big business, big business. It has shifted, obviously away from TV, to the individual. And it is an insane time in our lives where the individual doesn't have to go through a big business to have an advertisement. Now it's like you're so popular and you have so many views that Gatorade is going to reach out to you, and you're the one, right? You're the one that gets all the money. So nobody 20 years ago made fun of the guy in the control room when the news is going on that's worried about how it looks, this. But everybody makes fun of now the individual for caring about how it looks and getting a good shot, and you care too much, and right?
Right.
It is literally people's jobs getting paid. So yes, there is too much to anything, clout chasing, this, caring too much, faking stuff. That's all bad. But it is okay when people give a shit. It's okay. And I want people to know that it's okay when people give a shit. Now, with that being said, I've had like 5 or 6 videos perform well. And
the wink.
Yeah, I don't even think the camera saw that. Yeah. 5 or 6 videos perform well. And the more you do, the easier it gets. It's crazy. Like, the rock, paper, scissors one?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we knew.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy, we were like, yeah, that'll do well.
Yeah.
Like, without even trying. He reached out to a brand. He said, hey, we're about to do a rock, paper, scissors skydive. Here's what they do with the ponytail, right? His name's Freddie. Here's what my last video looked like. It got blank million views. Johnny has blank followers on here, and his videos get this many views on average. So he does all the logistics, reaches out to a company. It was a skincare company. He says, we're planning a balloon jump for Wednesday in 3 days. We want to give you, and he said this to a few people, but he says that we want to give you the first opportunity to throw your sticker, just subliminal, on this thing. It can get picked up by news stations. It can get picked up by Barstool accounts. It can get picked, whatever. He sells it that way. And then he finishes it off by saying, and I'm learning while this is going on, he finishes it off by saying, this is not going to be an advertisement where I put it in the caption because it won't go viral. This is going to be a subliminal advertisement with your sticker right next to where we're jumping, which if you rewatch it, the sticker is right there.
I bet it is. Yeah.
Right? And it's very obvious. $15,000 for a fucking balloon jump. Stupid. Right? And all he sold to them was, me and Johnny are both going to post it. It's going to get picked up. And the other accounts will have it. Right? And what ended up happening? Access Hollywood posted it.
Yeah.
Barstool posted all this stuff. It literally gets easier the more it happens, which is so funny. Because you ever hear the story about the 4-minute mile?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Tell that real quick.
Are we talking about the first guy that ever wrote?
Roger Bannister.
Yeah. I just heard this on a
belief.
TV show.
It's literally belief.
That thing, they said it was impossible before the 4.
Humanly, scientists said humanly impossible.
Yes, scientists came out, doctors, everybody said it was impossible to run a mile under 4 minutes. Besides one guy that said, I can do it.
And in the history of existence, this is the 1980s.
Yeah, this was...
In 1,980 years, if you're, pretending...
Right.
I know before Common Era. But yeah, in 2,000 years, nobody's ever ran a 4-minute mile, right?
Yeah, they first paced it off. It was like Egyptians. It was like a certain amount of strides that deemed what a mile was, but no one had ever ran it in under 4 minutes. This guy said he could do it. And he was right on pace. It was like right around the 4 minute, and then like as he made the final turn, the crowd roared. They say this is like the story I heard at least. They said that the crowd roared and his adrenaline picked up, and it like gave him that sense of like, holy fuck, I'm gonna do this. And they said he like picked up speed and he just cleared it under. Yeah, it was 3:59 in decimals, but he cleared the 4 minute mile. I just literally.
That's not the end of the story though. You're missing a part.
The next part, or with the guy that ran it next.
A week later.
Yeah.
2,000 years without running 400 mile.
So that gave
1 week
other
later.
people belief.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, think about even dark stuff. If I tell a lie and I'm not a liar, that's really hard for me to do at first.
Right.
The second lie, how fucking easy is it to say?
Yeah.
You ever been late to something?
Yeah.
And the first time you're late, you feel very guilty.
Yeah.
It's easy to be late the second time. Right? It's the same thing with good stuff, though. You start hitting that threshold of, hey, this video performs well. All of a sudden, 2, 3, 4, 5 comes a little bit easier. Wrapping back to that video we're talking about, I had a cliff strike. And a cliff strike is a 180 on a base jump, hit the mountain. Now, let me preface this.
So what happens exactly when you jump?
Body position or pack jump.
So you jump, and then all of a sudden it just flips
As it
right
opens,
around.
yeah, you could like see, it was like my lines were doing this as
Right.
like it's coming off my back, and boom, it's facing the cliff.
I'm just trying to
Whipping
paint a
around.
picture for someone that doesn't know much about
Totally.
base jumping.
Now, here's something that not a lot of people know about base jumping. Base jumping is very underground.
Mm-hmm.
Base jumping is at times illegal. Base jumping has a very bad narrative that it is dangerous and it could kill you. So when people see stuff like this, sometimes it gives base jumping a bad light. Right? And that's what I did. Unfortunately, I got in a lot of trouble amongst my small 50 to 100 little base jump clique.
Yeah, your community.
You have to be trusted in the community.
Yeah.
If I'm on a jump with you and you break your leg, you have to trust me to be there with you and get you down, right? It is all about trust. Not only that, but if me and you jump something that you regularly jump that is an illegal jump, and I show it off to everybody else, and all of a sudden security gets heightened, more cameras, more locks. I just broke your trust, burned your object, and now it's like, why would you jump with me ever again?
Yeah.
So you have to be like doctored in to the secret society. I fucked up. I fucked up bad by showing that.
Yeah.
Did it do well for me and I had stuff do because of it? Yeah, but I regret it. And here's why. I damaged so many relationships. I damaged so many relationships in the base jumping community with that video. People looked at me now as somebody who only cares about social media. People looked at me as somebody who did it for the wrong reasons. Oh, you posted that because that. And what it did was that was a legal jump, but that it didn't, fortunately, but it could raise the question, should this be legal here? Look how dangerous it is. Right? So a lot of my good base jumping friends were like, why would you do that? Right? And I do, in a sense, think you can't make rules about something that you're supposed to break rules about, right? There is that. But at the same time, there is a lot of respect that needs to be had. If people got mad at me because I just was going viral, fuck them. That's jealousy. I don't really give a fuck. And that has happened a million times. Base jumpers are like, this guy's not even that experienced with a base jumper and he's getting more views than us. And people get mad at that. Fuck those losers. I don't give a shit about that. It was like the 3 or 4 close friends of mine that were really hurt because they only look at base jumping as like the purity of the sport. And that sucked. It sucked to let them down, right? Thousands of people thought it was cool. 4 people were bummed about it. And that's what really affected me, you know? That's what really affected me. But yeah, almost died on that jump. It was a fucking wild-ass thing.
At what point was there a point you were in the air where you
I
were
never thought I was going to die.
Okay.
No.
So you just thought like you were going to...
Shout out to wrestling, bro. Wrestling made me who I am. In high-level, stressful situations, the only thing I'm thinking is, what can I do to help this situation?
Yeah, how do I get out of
right?
this?
Now, it's not even... How you think cannot be something that you will together. It can't be, okay, you got to want it more than this person, or right? Like, that's going to be a very hard thing, because when chaos is induced, when discomfort is introduced, your mind doesn't have time to will it. So all these corny sports phrases, in my opinion, like, hey, you got to want it better than the other guy. When you're in the middle of discomfort and there's a million things going on, you're not sitting there thinking like, man, I want it more.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're thinking, I want this pain to go away, right? But if you make your thought process the same way muscle memory happens with like a move or like handwriting or anything, if you make your thought process muscle memory, every time I'm stressed out, this is how I think. In training, all of a sudden in a high stress situation, you only think that way.
Right.
Translate that to the opposite, right? When it's if you every time you're in an argument with your girl and it's a high stress situation, every single time you say something nasty when you're stressed out, what's your muscle memory 6 months from now when you're stressed out with your girl?
Yeah.
You're going to say something nasty.
For sure.
Right? And I've been guilty of that, right?
Yeah.
But if you rewire it and every time you're stressed out, you make your muscle memory through habit, discipline. I'm going to say something kind. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All of a sudden, you don't have to think about it when you're stressed. Hey, I need to be kind right now. No, it's muscle memory at this point.
Right.
It's habit. It's the same thing when you're thinking about stressful situations. I'm turning left at a fucking intersection, right? If I'm not used to thinking clear when all these fucking cars are coming left and right, I'm going to panic, turn left.
Right.
If I'm used to it, I'm going to be, okay, find a window. Let's see what I got. Control what I can. Boom, go. Right? And wrestling taught me that. I'm under canopy. I'm about to fucking smoke this mountain. I don't have wall strikes. Walls have Johnny strikes. Anyways, sorry.
You loved it, dude. The hang up on FaceTime today was terrific.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
What was it? What's
No, don't say it. I'm going to use it to my girlfriend later.
Oh, this ain't airing until Thursday.
Oh, true.
It was what was it? What's
I
long?
do it to everybody.
That's
What's
so
long
good.
and hangs down? Preston answered with something not so great, and then he said, "What's cute and hangs up?"
beautiful and hangs up.
Beautiful and hangs up, and then
That's
just
so
ends the
good.
call. That was good.
But yeah, I'm about to hit this mountain, and the only thing I'm thinking is don't let my head hit.
Right.
If I go unconscious, that's bad. That's a bad day.
Yeah.
It's as serious as it gets.
Yeah.
You know, and people have died on that exact type of malfunction.
Right.
Not malfunction. That's a stupid word to use, but the exact type of problem. And fucking just keep my head away. I was good. Got hung up. Was fortunate. A little bit of luck. A little bit of me. I like to think doing the right things.
Right.
And worked out where I walked away with no injuries.
So,
Unbelievable.
tell me what happened when you got lodged in between.
I got hung up. The parachute got hung up on a rock, like a chimney rock.
So when you were hanging there, what was like your first thought? What were you thinking, or were you like,
Yes,
"Holy shit!"
my
I
first
could've
thought
died.
was,
"Holy, how am I going to get out of this?"
My very first thought was, did anybody see me? I was the last jumper on 30-person jump.
Wow.
Right? Now, the actual cliff strike didn't piss off my base jump friends. The fact I posted it probably didn't piss them off that much. It's when it went viral and it made
Right.
base jumping look bad.
Right.
And stuff could arise from it. It was like, dude, you didn't have to do that. Right? You may have jeopardized things. It didn't, but that was the
Right.
thought process. Now, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I was the last jumper. The flight was like a 3-minute flight because it was like 500 till impact, but then like it was like a talus. So like you flew pretty far out afterwards.
Nice.
So the first jumper probably jumped 20 minutes ago, right? The last jumper before me probably jumped 4 minutes before me. They might be stashed up and starting to hike back out at this point. Now, fortunately, base jump has a bunch of checks and balances. Everybody is there for each other. I had service somehow called. They did see me. They started hiking up. That was my first thought, call them. My first real thought about myself was nothing hurts at the moment. I'm going to wait 20 minutes and see if my adrenaline goes down and see if anything hurts.
Right.
My mind started playing tricks. Okay, my ankle does. It's a little
Right.
sore, right? All that stuff came. But fortunately, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. A lot of bumps and bruises, but nothing
No
serious.
injuries, huh?
Yeah.
No,
You should hear
I
the-
got injured watching the video, by the way.
The way people talk to me now is insane. When I go into any public place and I run into somebody, it's like, hey man, good to see you. In case I don't see you, and I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They try and hide it, and they're like, hey, in case I don't see you anytime soon, I love you, man. And I'm like,
I feel like that is the worst way to treat you. I feel like that's a bad way to treat you. Yeah, it's great. Tell your friends you love them and
Tell
shit
your
like
friends
that.
you love 'em, yeah.
But at the same time, don't put that in
Well, you're,
your
saying
head.
goodbye to 'em.
Yeah, don't say bye to them.
I
funny.
was gonna probably flip you the bird or something.
that's how I'd want, bro.
right, exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. If I checked out tomorrow and the last thing you did was this,
That's funny.
you can laugh about that. Damn.
Last thing I did was-
damn, Johnny died. That's sad. Yeah,
I remember our last combo.
What's the last thing you
was
said to him? I told him to go fuck himself.
yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah.
At the funeral, I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
All right,
Damn,
so
dude.
let me ask you something. Not about death, but kind of about death.
No, it's
this
okay.
This is I'm saying you're 125. What age are you gonna live till? Give me a number. What does your gut tell you? Don't think about it. I want your gut
Damn,
answer.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna live till I'm fucking 120. I swear.
I don't think
goal.
about a number. I just always think about being active and in shape, even
That's
when I'm
fair.
70, 80 years old.
That's fair.
Nice.
I saw a guy jump at the bridge that was 75 the other
That's
day,
badass.
hiking up and I think the fountain of youth. Some people think it's drink water. Some people think it's eat healthy. Fountain of youth is be active.
Yeah, for sure.
Once you
Yeah.
stop moving, and it happens when people have the rat race of a job, a family, and no disrespect to it.
Right.
It's just you stop being super active all the time.
Yep.
If you are super active, I think you stay youthful spirit. You know,
Right.
No. But I'm just gonna say, we might have asked you this last time you were on, but stuff changes. You're a little bit of a different person. Same great guy, but different life. What do you want to be remembered by? Like, what's a word? What is it? Like, I don't know. Like, what it like at the? You know what I mean? Like, we're at your funeral.
I don't think I've ever been asked this.
I just flipped you off the last time, right? You're laying there. What do you want someone if they ask me? What was Johnny like?
That's a crazy question.
Yeah, it's a
because
tough one.
I think how I've said before, everything has a spectrum.
Yeah.
Like when we boil stuff down to like just stuff we've used on this podcast already, you're selfish, you're not selfish. There is never black or white.
Right.
It's not is or isn't, it's is and isn't,
Yeah.
right? Everybody has selfless tendencies. Some people have selfish areas of their life, and it's different. It's just which one do you have more?
Yeah.
Some people nobody's just mature or immature.
Right.
You're mature and immature in certain areas, different areas. Zone in on it a little bit. I think everybody on that spectrum can be a little bit of a narcissist at times. Just, it's okay to be your own biggest fan. I am guilty of it at times. So when I think about me dying, my first thought is, I've thought about, God, this is fucked up. Is No Tomorrow going to blow up?
Yeah.
Right? I've thought that. Hey, No Tomorrow, like people are going to be sharing that. That's cool in a sense if you can get something
Right.
from my death, from my company and people that work for me. That's cool.
Right.
Yeah. What's fucking crazy when someone dies that's like a kid? Not a kid. I'm not a kid, but like we've all had a kid in your high school pass away.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one picture that you're picturing right now, that kid.
Yeah.
And I always think, has that picture already been taken of me? You know what I
Wow.
mean?
That is such a
What's
good
the
point.
one picture?
Yeah.
That my mom. I'm thinking about. Though there's one picture people share every year on her anniversary. It's the one picture, and she looks beautiful in it.
Right.
She's a little younger. It was probably 5-6 years before her death.
Right.
She was 39, and she's probably like 34 in it. Right. What's the one picture? Has it been taken of us yet? It's a weird thought to have. So I've thought about stuff like that. I've never thought about what I want to be remembered by.
That's a fucking weird but truthful take.
But like if you think about it, if you think about a memory, like you don't think about the whole thing, you kind of think about a snippet of it, and that's what you have in your head.
Sure.
It's like death. When you think
Sure.
of someone that dies, it's if you go to their funeral, you see a picture, and that's kind of how you remember it. You don't remember the whole picture board. You remember a picture.
100%.
Yeah. I totally get what you're saying.
I guess on I'll give both the narcissist side of me and then the like selfless side of me. The narcissist side, I want to remember for doing cool stuff.
Right.
Hey, yeah, he was cool. Like he did cool stuff. That's nice for people to think. Whatever. On the other side, I do want to inspire a lot of people to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
But if I die in a terrible way, I already know what's going to happen. Ha! Told you so.
Right.
That's going to happen, and that's going to suck. So I have to die like saving somebody. It's
Right.
the only way it's going to make
Right,
sense.
right.
But like, you already know trolls will say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes,
Right.
jump off stuff, this happens, like that will so that would be bad. I'm saying like it's going to happen. That would be bad. But I do want to be remembered for inspiring a lot of people to book a last second flight, quit a job that you hate, start a podcast if that's really what's
Right.
setting your soul on fire to do.
For sure.
Do stuff like that. And it's starting to happen more and more. I used to tell myself, no matter what, because I have a lot of wrestler kids, right?
Yeah.
A lot of kid wrestlers. I do a lot of camps. I always said, because of wrestlers, I am going to reply to every message on DMs. Always, never miss. This is a good problem to have. It's gotten really hard.
I bet.
It's gotten really fucking hard. And when I go through some of them, it is the nicest fucking things. People telling me their most personal stories. Hey, dude, I worked this 9 to 5 selling insurance my entire life. I've always wanted to be a photographer. I want you to know I quit and I started doing photography. Nothing crazy, doing a few weddings here and there, a few graduation stuff, but I feel so much more liberated. And people are saying, like, I'm literally like in tears reading
Right.
this stuff.
Yeah.
It is fucking so cool. And if I died and that was what people remembered, That'd be cool.
I was just say you
That's
got a
sick.
damn smile.
That'd be cool.
That's telling
That'd
that
be cool.
story.
I hate that I'm saying the word narcissist so much because that is a violent word.
Yeah.
People don't like that. But people have stuff they like about themselves.
Right.
They just do.
And you should.
And you should.
Right.
You should be your own biggest fan, but also your own biggest critic.
Right.
You should know yourself.
Right.
Right? Like I always tell kid wrestlers this that are insecure, and this can go to like guys and girls too that are just, narps out there, right?
Yeah.
Narps. I can't believe I just used the word narp. Jesus. We used to say muggles at Ohio State. Yeah, if you were a non-athlete, we'd be like, it's a muggle over there. Yeah, if you're regular, so this doesn't have to be like athletic related, but like if you're just insecure about anything, you're only insecure if you don't know yourself. If I called you, hey, you're a ginger right now, you know you're not.
Right.
You know you don't have red hair.
Right.
Right? You know you don't. Now, that's not an insult. There's nothing wrong with gingers.
Right.
But you just know yourself. I know what color my hair is, and I know what color my hair is not.
Right.
All right, ready? You're a piece of shit person. That might make somebody insecure.
Right.
They think I'm a piece of shit. They think I'm a piece of shit. If you know you're not a piece of shit,
You'd be like, fuck you.
you
Right.
can't be insecure about it.
Right.
If you know you are a piece of shit, you still can't be mad about it because I know I am.
Right.
So when someone says something about wrestling, like, hey, you suck at this position, if I am not aware of myself enough, that'll bother me.
Right.
If I know I suck there, it's like, yeah, I know I suck there. I gotta get better. I don't have to be insecure about it because I know where I'm good. I know where I'm not good. So it's like, I don't know. I forget how we got into that topic, but that stuff is cool. Oh, own biggest critic.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, being your own biggest critic. It's very important. Very important. Own biggest fan, own biggest critic. Definitely. Wow, we went off script and we're just fucking flying.
Off script. What script do we have? That water
This
bottle?
is sick. Yeah, this one right. Damn, right there.
Dude, that's nuts.
Dude, I'm about to be 30 years old doing fucking bottle flips.
Jumping out of planes. What age? Is there an age, like you said you want to stay youthful? Is it like you plan on doing this their whole, or is
I'll
there
be
a
adventurous forever.
Yeah. I'm talking the base jump.
Yeah,
the
I
thrill,
feel
the
selfish
trail.
doing it. I feel very selfish doing it.
Okay.
My brother
Right.
and me getting fights every day about it.
Really?
Yeah, he looks at it as like a heroin addiction, and it's not. And here's the difference: is it as dangerous? Maybe I don't know. I don't want to like compare to a drug addict. There's people that deal with a lot harder stuff
Right.
than me.
Yeah.
Put that out there. But the overshadowing death that's around it, that's what he sees, right? And that's what he compares to a heroin addiction. An addiction to a drug, you have no like skill set per se, progression wise.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just want my fix, I get my fix, I move on next time.
Yeah.
It is nice in a sport that might be dangerous in that area. There's growth, right? Anything addicting, skill set wise, has progression. You have peaks, you have valleys, and you're just continuing to get better. We think we want outcomes and we fucking don't. I hate when people are like, everything in the world is outcome based. Everything. When we argue about LeBron and Michael, what's the first thing people use as evidence?
Rings.
Rings, right? It's insane. When I introduced myself, wrestled at Ohio State. We won the Nationals. I won 3.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck. That's not your identity. That's not your identity. I am not Johnni Dijulius did this. Your identity is the choices you made leading up to that. Here's an example. I know I go on examples and I circle back a lot. It's just my mind is fucked. So let's pretend I'm wrestling a kid at practice. And every single day I wrestle him, it's competitive, right? It's really competitive. I could leave practice. Let's say I beat him. I could leave practice, feel good, and take practice up. Practice doesn't go home with you. Practice stays there. What goes home with you is the choices you made leading up to you beating that kid. If I beat him 2-1, I risked 0 times. I played it safe. When I got really uncomfortable, I shut down, but I just happened to squeak out the win at practice. The win doesn't go home with me. What goes home with me? I'm not a risk taker.
Right.
I play things safe. I'm a fucking bush camper in Fortnite, right? Yeah. Like that becomes a part of who the fuck you are.
I was a bush camper.
Of course
yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
I sucked. I was so bad.
That becomes a part of your identity, though. You're somebody who's not going to risk in the real world. You're somebody who, when it gets really uncomfortable, you're going to play it safe. You're not going to bite down. Flip that. If I get beat by this kid, but I tried 16,000 moves in 3 minutes.
Right.
Right? I got exhausted, and instead of feeling sorry, I took a step forward anyways.
Right.
Right?
Right.
What goes home with me? I'm a tough motherfucker.
Right.
You know, that becomes a part of who I am. And I love that. I love that about when people look at outcomes versus the choices leading up to the outcome, right? And, you know, it just, It's finite versus infinite. Have you seen Simon Sinek's speech on finite versus infinite?
I'm not.
I'm staying and we're watching. It's 10 minutes long. Unbelievable. What he talks about is finite gameplay or game theory versus infinite game theory. Infinite is a never-ending game. It goes on forever. He is talking to business people, so he uses business as an example. Business has been around forever. It will be around for when your business goes out of business. It's going to be here forever. That's how it is. Cavemen traded rocks, right? Business has always been here.
Right.
Now, in game theory, an infinite game is something that never ends. The rules can change while the game progresses, and the players could fall off at any time or keep going. The whole point is to continue to play. That's the purpose. And a finite game has an ending. He uses baseball as an example. We have an agreed upon rule set, an agreed upon 9 innings. Whoever has more runs, I almost said points. Jesus, whoever has more runs wins.
Yeah.
And it's finite. It ends, right? Yep. People look at life as finite. Hey, we're the best coffee shop in the world. Best on what terms? On square footage, on employee numbers, on gross income this month. What the best taste? What are we the best on? Right? You're agreeing to terms that not every business agreed to. Right? You're subscribing to a rule set that this coffee shop didn't think. Right? So when it comes to how I think, and he used Microsoft and Apple as an example, he went to a Microsoft educational summit. 80% of Microsoft people that got up there to talk about education, what do you think they talked about?
Probably
what Apple's doing.
Okay.
How can we beat Apple?
I was gonna say
how can we beat Apple? Apple's doing this. We need to do this better. Comparison. They want to beat. One is playing to beat their opponent. He went to an Apple summit. What do you think 100% of Apple employees are talking about?
What they're going to do.
Apple.
They're talking about how can we make the educational experience for teachers better. One is playing to beat their opponent. The other is playing to be a better version of themselves.
Wow.
Which one? I understand people like Samsung's better. That's fine. Which one has more success right now?
Yeah.
Right.
Apple does, right? So it's like comparison is the thief of joy. I don't need to sit here and always compare to my opponents.
Yeah.
I'm going to compare to myself yesterday and be better.
Right.
So circling back, like I always do, to what's addictive, I was playing a game on my phone. You ever play that ball game that you hit the blocks and the number like trickles down?
I don't think so.
Okay, so there's a game on your phone. It used to be big like a few years ago.
Ball trickle.
No. It's like you have like a 50 balls and you
Oh,
shoot them.
yeah.
Shoot them at the number.
Yeah.
Right?
You got to get rid of the box.
And you gotta get rid of the box. I remember being so like I would lose on level 20. I would go back and play it. Right? I was like so addicted. Right? And he's about to be here. I got to level 30. Right? I remember if I closed my program, like I swiped up, it would reset me at the level I lost at. And I was getting now the outcome I wanted every time.
Right.
What do you think happened? Stop playing.
I was going to say.
It got boring.
Yeah, it got not as fun.
Got boring. So we think we want outcomes. I was getting the outcome I wanted every time. I could not lose. Right? I couldn't lose. The challenge was gone. The appeal was gone. It's over. It's the same thing with base jumping. The challenge of getting better excites me so much. The selfish part comes in and when it upsets my family.
Right.
How long do I want to do it was your question. When I get married, I probably will only do like bridges.
Like once a week. Like on the weekends.
I'll skydive forever.
Yeah.
But I probably won't be like, hey, honey, you coming home for dinner? I'm on a mountain right now. Call you when I land.
I'll fly in here soon.
Right.
Yeah, I can't stress people out like that. But it stresses my family out, and I battle with that. That sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks when you love something and you don't get the blessing, you know?
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I get you.
I see both sides of it.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
it comes from a place of love.
Right.
You know, it can't be
he's
mad
not
at
like,
it.
oh, fuck you enjoy it. I don't want you to do it. It's
I
like,
hate you like.
Right.
No, it's like, I don't want you to get fucked up.
Right.
You know, 100%. I get it, you know, but
yeah.
can't stop, won't
For
stop.
sure. For sure. I don't know how long we're going and if we're getting close to the end or whatnot, but before we do, could you share the pothole theory and why to what?
Did we not talk about it last time?
No, we did, but in case someone new is listening, I want them to hear it.
We should clickbait it. Go to those episodes. They're in there. You can click right on it.
Damn, that was fire. Yeah, go back and watch the other
I
episodes.
was going to say, No Tomorrow with Johnni Dijulius. It was posted last August. Go check it out. You'll hear all about the why to what, the pothole.
Yeah.
They're all clicked in, too. Apple Podcasts. I'll have to show you how to do that.
I'll do a Spark Notes version of...
I'll lead it. Make it so they go to that episode. We still got time. I mean, what are we even at?
Should I say it or no?
How do you lead into that?
No, I'm saying, like, give them, like, some clickbait.
All
like,
right, all right.
Lead them on a cliffhanger, and they'll be like, listen, now you got to go to the other episode of Jump.
So, a pothole theory is all of a sudden you hit a pothole and your tire's flat. Check the next episode. See what happens next.
Johnni Dijulius. I will say, you can tell. All right, you're an awesome human being. All right, and
dude, don't juice me up like that.
No, I'm gonna juice you up, but I want to start by one of the reasons why I think you're awesome.
First of all, you guys are both dope. Which when people give a compliment straight back to a compliment, usually seems disingenuous. It's not.
That's valid. I
hate when people do that. Like, oh, dude, you're so good looking. Oh, girl, you're fucking hot. Right. It's like, you don't even think she's hot.
Right.
You just said, like Regina George, you said that because she said it. You know what I mean? It's like, you guys are both, like, I've never hit somebody up and asked to do a podcast before in my entire life. I begged you guys.
That's true.
You have more to talk about. No, but I wanted to add. So you're a great person, all right.
Thank you.
What I think is really cool about it is, obviously, you said your base jumping community is it's smaller, along with the wrestling community. It's smaller. What I think is super dope about you that I've just picked on from these two conversations is you study a lot of like outside communities. Like you look at,
I do, yeah.
you like Michael Jordan and LeBron. You're talking basketball. You're talking about speakers. You're talking about this. You're talking about that. You study every single other community. It feels like in my head, like you're listening to all kinds of different people, but you're listening for the things you like. You know what I mean? So like the act of giving. You want to go listen to, even if that's not in the base jumping or wrestling community, you want to learn how to get
human nature translates.
Exactly. I think that's important, and
I
think that's one thing that, like, just from this conversation today,
I appreciate that.
It is like put you above everyone else because it's like you've hinted on baseball. This guy was speaking. Jake and Logan Paul. But LeBron and Michael Jordan. You've gone all around the world, it feels like, and then you're like, I liked what this person did, and I liked what this person did. I do this because, you know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool.
That's the best part about any kind of learning, too. We cherry pick from people that were smarter than us before us.
For sure.
Know? So, like, I like to think I can manifest some pretty wisdomous shit, but the reality is I steal from everybody, that I'm blessed to be around. So, I do like... Human nature, I think, translates to like someone who is like very successful in business. I think their mindset might be good in MMA. Right. You never know. Right. You know what I mean? It's like this person's an ass kicker. Hey, you know what? What's he do that helps me in a wrestling match?
Yeah.
One I love the way anybody in the military thinks. I think it's so fucking badass. I think there's so many good things to like steal from, the Navy SEALs and shit like that. Yeah. So that's one area I love cherry picking from. I love watching SEALs speak. Yeah. I think it's so cool.
They said that's what separated Kobe Bryant from everyone though too.
He worked with SEALs and stuff like that?
Well, it was more of the...
I didn't know that.
It was more...
Fucking love Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well, it's the same mindset.
Dude, I've never in my entire life been impacted by a stranger's death more than that. I literally was on the phone with my buddy. This is like, I'm not comparing Kobe to 9/11 by any means. At all. However, everybody remembers where they were when 9/11 happened. You guys were young, but like my age, everybody remembers I guarantee you everybody remembers where they were when they found out Kobe died.
Yeah, that's true.
It was so impactful.
Yeah.
But anyways, I cut off.
No, I was just saying, like with Kobe Bryant, they said that's what separated him from all the other greats. The other greats, like he said that this actually was Kyrie Irving. He was on a podcast that I was listening to, and he was talking about his conversation with Kobe. He said that the hint of advice that Kobe credited his success was everybody who wants to be great goes and studies the Michael Jordans, the LeBron James, the Kobe Bryants. They want to figure out, well, okay, what were they doing? Mm-hmm. Kobe Bryant said he never once looked at another basketball player.
Comparison,
he looked at every
bro, it's the thief of joy.
Yep, every other successful person, anybody who was thriving in whatever their area was, he took from them. He wanted to learn like about them to figure out what he could do, translate it into basketball.
Insane, right?
Yeah.
And what did he do after basketball? He won a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, the dude's done it all.
He won an Oscar.
Yep.
A basketball player from wherever in Pennsylvania, I forget where in Pennsylvania, won an Oscar. That's insane.
Right.
Oh man, that's sick. Yeah, I like that a lot. We were just talking about something, and I had something I was going to tell you guys. Now,
what's next for you?
What's next for me?
What's on the agenda the next couple?
We have a lot of wrestling camps coming up in June.
Nice.
I'm going to go to the Bridge the bridge is in Idaho. I'm going to go there Wednesday, jump a little bit, then do a bunch of camps. Hopefully for my 30th birthday. Ugh, that sounds horrible. And
Only if you make it sound horrible.
right. Damn.
That's the truth, though. Madeline said that.
It's true.
Her family was like, yeah, all their only birthdays are all like they're pretty lame now. Like after you get to 21, right? Like they're all like, yeah, they
35,
suck.
you can be president.
That's
Yeah.
valid. Yeah,
That's-
true. But like my point is, it's gonna be really weird when you're president one day and you're like, coming on in, flying in. No, but they were talking about how birthdays suck, and I was like, they don't suck. Come on, like you get
That's
one
good.
day of the year. Like
I
who
like
cares?
it.
You're just another day old. Like I know people say
like
that it's cliche, but it's you're still
Right.
living. Like
Right.
You're the same person you were yesterday.
yeah, exactly. You can still build on what you're building on. It doesn't matter what your number is. Like, come on. Like, age is just a number. Some people live till 25. Some people live till 110. It really means nothing. It doesn't.
And people's success can happen at any age. Like some people, I'm not getting political, but I'm using political people as an
Yeah.
example. Barack Obama ended his career, in his 60s?
Yeah.
Donald Trump doesn't start his career till what? His 70s.
Right.
Right? Not saying I like or dislike either of them. Let's not get into that. Fucking people get mad all the time.
You're pretty active on Twitter. I was gonna actually ask
Not about
this.
politics.
No. I'm just talking about someone will say some shit, right? Like this guy's an idiot.
I'll go at him.
Yeah, you fucking go at people.
Like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always see your ass going at people.
Your wrestling stuff, like I don't understand some of it, but I'm like, he's got to be roasting him here. Like he's
Yeah.
fired up about it.
Yeah, I won't go down the political route just because, like, not because I don't want to alienate other people, but because
It just burns too many bridges. I feel
not
like.
even that. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck
Right.
what. If you think something helps your family and business and life, and it's different than mine, it doesn't bother me that much.
Right.
Like I don't. It blows my mind that people like could look at the left or the right and just be like, how could you guys think that? Like, do you fucking hang with that person? Yeah, I like them. They like pizza. I like pizza. So the fuck what?
Yeah, we went and got a pie.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like he's not a murderer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just mind blowing how people will literally ruin their day and it doesn't affect their life.
Yep.
Right? I understand if something does affect your life, like 100%. Like my brother. My brother's openly gay, right? And a president making gay marriage legal or making gay marriage illegal, that could really affect your life. Okay, you could not hate, but be very passionate about another side. That
Stand up
makes
for
sense.
what you believe in.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now, fortunately, this is a privilege. Nothing has been like, besides paying more for gas or something along those lines, nothing has been majorly impacting my life where nothing's going to really bother me that much. So it does make me sad when people are like losing friends over it.
Right.
It's like, come on, man. Like, you guys could find a million other things to talk about.
Right.
100%.
Fuck.
That's
Right.
the problem with it, and it's like it's brainwashing because you feel like you have to be totally one side or the other with all these people. Like,
True.
why is it wrong just to be like, I like what this person's saying in this
That's how I am.
aspect, and I like what this person's
That's how I
saying.
am.
Yeah.
You know what whataboutism is?
Say that one more
A
time.
whataboutism.
Whataboutism. Okay.
Okay, whataboutism would be like this. I'm not giving my actual opinion on liking and disliking
No, for
somebody.
sure.
However, I'm gonna use Donald Trump as an example. If I were to sit here and let's pretend I dislike Donald Trump, and let's pretend you are a very right-leaning lover of Donald Trump.
Okay.
And the first thing I say is, you know what? I don't like that Donald Trump did this, this, and this. Maybe not your reaction, but what is a common reaction for people to say?
Either he did this, or this, or they're going to tell you why you're wrong. One of the two.
I always got, what about Joe Biden? You like that?
Oh,
you
okay.
liked it,
Okay.
right? And they flip it back and they deflect it. I think that's a very coercive way to argue or debate. I think that we should be able to talk about the pros and cons of an individual without saying, well, what about this? And deflecting
Right.
it over here. I think there's a time to talk about if Joe Biden is an idiot or not.
Yep.
It just happens to be about Donald Trump at the moment.
You're right.
I see it happen in relationships. Let's say me and you were dating, right?
Yeah.
And you show up, let's say I show up late to something,
Okay. Like a podcast.
like a podcast. We didn't even talk about that. Let's say I have a girlfriend and I show up late to her family event, 10 minutes late, a
Okay.
week ago.
We're not dating anymore? Or?
Me and you aren't dating anymore.
Okay.
You lost
Damn,
me.
I just got dumped.
I don't even have your number. So
Yeah, because we had a sloppy breakup. Sloppy breakup.
that happens. So,
Jesus Christ, man.
So you have a girlfriend. You're at the.
No, he doesn't.
Johnny's headphones are off. His jaw's dropped.
anyways. Oh my God.
That's good. All right.
So
you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, if I have a girlfriend, and like, let's say I'm late to a family event last week, and we argue about it. Then, hey, you shouldn't have been late. Okay, it's squashed. A week later, she's late to something that I was really looking forward to her being at. And I get mad at her. Why the fuck were you late today? It's really easy for her to be like, well, you were late last week.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Well, you said this last week. Well, you did this last year. It's deflect. And like, yes, there's a time to talk about the past. You don't get to save you talking about the past, though, for when I'm mad. Right? You could have talked about it an hour ago when I wasn't mad, but you saved it for when you fucked up, and now you want to. You're still late right now, right? So when it comes to whataboutism, like for politics or for arguing or anything like that, it's like, let's talk about pros and cons of this right here without deflecting to something else. When there's a time and a place to talk about that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how I like to think of it. It's called whataboutery or whataboutism. And I think it's a pretty cool term, you know, to you catch people doing it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Not politically, just in life. You just catch doing it a lot. You know,
sure.
It's very interesting. Do I stutter? I think I stutter.
No, you don't.
Just, when you get excited,
I get hyper.
You
Yeah,
talk a little.
I get hyper.
for sure.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I used to love playing popcorn in school. You ever play popcorn like with your...
Reading? Popcorn?
Yeah, like,
Preston?
yeah, popcorn. We always picked a kid like stuttered.
Oh my god.
We're like popcorn. Jeremy. And everybody would start laughing.
Right.
You fucking couldn't read.
Holy
idiot.
shit. That is so bad.
Yeah, but it's funny.
You're a nut. You're a nut, dude.
Wow.
You said you're a movie guy. Can I ask one last little question?
Yeah, as many things you want.
All right.
I got nothing to do until fucking Wednesday.
Nice. Where are you jumping on Wednesday?
I'm flying to Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you flying? What's the plan? Are you going? What's in Vegas? Clinics?
No, my car's in Vegas right now.
Okay.
Gotta get my car.
What'd you drive here? Dad's car?
No,
Brother's
I
car?
have a rental.
Oh, okay. So you got a rental here.
Yeah.
Did you tell him, hey, I'm going to jump off of it, so why don't you just throw a sticker on there?
Car base?
Yeah, we'll call it.
Yeah. What's your question? Movie-wise.
Movies.
I love movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need we were just talking in our last episode about a top 20 list. I don't need a top 20.
So, like...
I need, like, a top... Give me some good movies.
I gotta zoom.
I won't even say top
zoom
5,
in a little
but,
bit though,
yeah.
like on a genre, like top. Like I'm not like I think a really really good movie person that like really likes movies.
Yeah.
They only watch comedies in groups. I'm not a comedy fan, right? But like people's favorite movies are comedies sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I like real movies that like take me into that universe. You know what I mean? So I like a lot more dramas. I like a lot more crime, especially when I think a good movie is when you can make the viewer feel sympathy for the bad guy. Why do I root for Al Pacino in Scarface? He's a piece of shit drug dealer, but I'm upset when he dies. I'm rooting for him to win. I'm on his side. I'm against the police. Like, that's a unique thing that you can make somebody do in a movie, right? It's really cool.
That is cool.
And on the flip side of that, when you can make the viewer hate the individual. You ever seen Prison Break?
Oh yeah.
Remember T-Bag?
Yeah.
I fucking hated T-Bag, right?
Oh yeah.
But how good of an actor is that?
Right.
To hate somebody.
Right.
You know, like that's a very cool thing. So,
Right.
so for me, crime, mafia, that's the kind of stuff I like. What do you like? Like, what's your kind of...
I like everything, but I mean, obviously, I'm a comedy. I like comedies.
Raunchy comedies are my favorite. I love rom-coms. Like, if you're going to go rom-com route, like, obviously the classics, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, whatnot.
Yeah.
I love...
Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefit. No, what's the one with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling? Oh,
I know.
Crazy Stupid Love.
I don't know if I've ever
Crazy
seen
Stupid Love is great because it's a comedy with a twist. You don't expect it at the end. It's a comedy twist, right? It's a funny twist, but it's a great twist at the end.
Yeah.
There's a good rom-com that not a lot of people have seen with Ashton Kutcher and Amanda Peet. It's called A Lot Like Love.
Okay.
That's a very good. It's lovey-dovey. It's sappy, cheesy, but it's less known than the How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, check that one out. If you're gonna watch it with your girl,
A Lot
watch
Like
that.
Love, you said?
A Lot Like Love. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, cool. She's probably already seen it. She's a big rom-com person.
You know what? You'd be surprised. It's early 2000s. Not a lot of people have seen it.
Okay.
My favorite kind of movies though are twists. Like
Pulp Fiction?
I love Pulp Fiction.
Okay, yeah,
of
that's one
course.
of my go-tos.
Yeah, of course. I love Tarantino.
Yeah,
Tarantino's
okay, yeah,
fantastic.
for sure. Him in that movie, that scene.
He's
where
in every movie. You know
Yeah,
that?
yeah. But the one where they have the dead
Blast the
person
dude's
in the
head
car.
off?
Yeah. Oh my God, that scene. That one.
Look at the big. No, not Big Brains on Brett. That's a different scene. What's his name in the car? Marvin.
I
Marvin.
forget. Yeah, they blew. Oh God, that scene from
Yeah.
that build
and
up.
then Mr.
Good.
White from Reservoir Dogs is like the guy that cleans it up.
Yep. Yeah.
I love that he uses the same actors. That's cool. I think we lost him on this.
For sure. I'm out.
Preston.
I'm
Yeah,
out
he
on
said
this.
he's not a big movie guy, right?
Yeah, not huge.
That's all right. But I like Blow with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Shout out to Johnny.
Big Johnny Depp
Big
guy.
Johnny Depp guy. No, I love Blow. That's a great movie. He's
How's his trial going?
I have no idea. I haven't followed anything.
They good. I mean,
who are we rooting for there? Is that like
I think him.
That's what I thought I've seen.
I think that he is very smart for what he's doing.
Okay.
I think he knows that if he sues for defamation, he got fired from all this stuff. So he's like, even if he loses this and he doesn't get proof of defamation of character, he got everybody on his side.
Yeah.
So it might not even be, I don't know, I can't speak for him.
Right.
He might not even be doing it to like actually sue for defamation of character. He might be doing it for image rebuilding and reconstruction.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is smart.
That's
it's
cool.
a very good chess move. But yeah, I love crime movies. Johnny Depp is like a drug dealer who meets Pablo in like the 80s and brings coke from Colombia, from Medellin, all the way to the United States. And it's a true story about like the explosion of coke in the 80s. And I've obviously never done drugs my entire life, but I love the movie, right? It's a great movie. It's freaking good. And you root for him the whole time. You feel bad for him. You know, he has like a daughter, and you're like, oh, Johnny, come on, don't fuck up. Like, it's sick. It's a good movie. Love The Town with Ben Affleck.
Okay.
You ever seen that?
I think so. Maybe
He's a
not.
bank robber.
At least I've seen parts. I don't think I've seen the whole thing start to finish.
He's a bank
That's maybe
robber.
with a lot of movies.
He's a bank robber
Okay.
in Boston.
Okay.
And it is bad fucking ass.
Okay.
Bank rob movies are sick.
Yeah.
You ever seen Point Break?
No. He's gonna make us stay and watch it.
Point Break is a skydiving movie
Oh,
Okay.
really?
about robbing banks.
Okay.
Patrick Swayze.
Look at this
Johnny
guy.
Utah, bro. That's his name. So no, that's actually Bodie is his name, but Keanu Reeves and Patrick. Don't watch the one from like 2015. Watch the one from 1992. I know it's old, but these guys like don't believe in the system. They don't believe in the system of like wake up, go to work, go to bed, go home, pay your taxes, die.
Yeah.
They think that there's more to life, so they rob banks to go do extreme sports. It's so cool.
Interesting. All right. I like that. What was the name of that one?
Point Break.
Point Break. All
That's
right.
a good one.
I'm gonna add that to the list.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ending stories. I think we could end with anything that's happened recently.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What's best go-to meal? Free clickbait for someone. You're out on the road. You need something quick and eat. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
You know what?
Chipotle.
For as adventurous as I like to think I am, you know, I will be in the Philippines and I'll eat Subway. I am so unadventurous with my palate. It's so bad.
Oh, I hate people like you.
Oh,
you
the same
too.
I
Yeah,
hate
you
myself.
too.
Yeah.
I'm a
Like
big
I
food.
won't eat seafood. I was in Catch in LA, which is like a fucking high-end seafood restaurant, and I ordered like
Chicken tenders.
spaghetti. Yeah, I like always ask if there's a kids menu for chicken tenders. It's fucking bad. I gotta get better with that. I really gotta get better with that.
Well, then again, you're saving money.
What's that?
You're saving money.
Yeah.
But-
You know how much money I save by not drinking?
I bet.
Oh,
Dude, I
Jesus
bet.
Christ.
Stupidly.
That's like
You
that's
still haven't
huge.
drank?
I've never tried alcohol before.
You've never had a sip of alcohol?
I've never had a sip of alcohol in my life.
And you're going out partying with fucking all these famous ass people.
So how do you do it? Because like I think when
It's
I'm
hard.
around,
It's
when,
harder for you.
when I'm around,
It's harder for you
Why?
because you know the difference.
Yeah, but I just think that when I'm around everyone that's drunk, I'm like,
Because you know
I'm
it's
kind
like
of
to be drunk.
annoyed.
Yeah, I don't get.
because,
That's
like-
the only perspective that I know.
Yeah.
I only know what that's like.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah, dude, like every drunk dude is gonna try and wrestle me. Every drunk dude is gonna dap me up 16 times at a party. You ever have a like? He's not a
accurate.
this is so fucking.
He's not
accurate.
a friend. He's an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You have mutual friends, but like you'll be sitting there and you have the initial hello. Yo, what's up, bro? Like, how you doing, man? And it's in there. Yeah. Like 3 minutes later, does it again. It's like, bro, fucking stop.
Yeah.
Those drunk guys, they can get annoying. A little
That's
bit.
Tom. Tom will go around and
Yeah.
hug everybody
Yeah.
in the bar.
Dap you up 6 times at the party.
Yeah,
Oh,
like and
100%.
Tom's one of my buddies, but like we'll be at the party, right, or we'll be at the bar or something. This dude will be like, give me 8 hugs, and I'm like, dude, you need to like go lay down. Like this is like, Tom, stop hugging me.
Stop
all right?
telling me you love me.
Yeah, but like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I get it, man. We've been friends since the 6th
hope
grade.
Tom
Back
sees
the,
this.
Yeah, oh, he will. Back the
Yes!
fuck off, Carl. No,
Fuck you, Tom. Who is Tom?
he's one of our buddies. Good guy.
That's funny.
All right, well, you got anything else you wanted to add? You know, come on, anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out.
Shout out the Paul brothers and be like, hey, we
Sure,
gotta
yeah,
click onto this.
That's right.
Hey,
Shout-
Prime.
Drink Prime.
Yeah, no. We ain't saying that shit
My
yet.
bad.
We need
I got-
cash
I got paid for
considerations.
it.
Yeah.
See, we gotta hide these labels. We can't be. Imagine when you
That's-
guys get that big.
Yeah.
Where you have water bottles.
They would
and you
have
to
no
do this.
labels. Yeah.
You
The
have to have it
ultimate
like
kickback
that.
bottle. There we go.
But like because they didn't pay and you
Right.
won't give. Like
It's, like,
that's how a
fucked
lot
up.
of people. You know how like you know how around here it'd be easy for me to be like, yo, I just posted you on my story. Fucking repost me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like we're gonna do to you.
Amongst friends.
Right.
That's fine. Us, but if you do that out west, it's a business.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
they're like, I've sold this for $10,000 before. Why would I do this for free?
Yeah.
Right.
It's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
And at first you're like offended. You're like, all right, douchebag.
Right.
You know, but then you kind of like are understanding like it is their livelihood.
We learned this kind of the hard way with someone we had on. We're not going to drop any names.
I was about to. I fucking hate the guy.
I love talking shit.
But it's different though because
It's frustrating, dude.
we had a good lineup of interviews. Okay,
Yeah.
This is what I want to tell you. We interview him. He's like, listen, you have some relevant topics. I want to help. Like, I love what you guys
Yeah.
are about. This is fun. He blatantly looked at us dead in the eye and said, I'm basically relevant right now. Like my
you need me to come on the podcast?
No. He
Just
sat
like-
down. He gave us the time. We
You would have had to
respected
get
that.
treated. Go ahead.
But he told us, he was like, hey, you guys should bump me up. Like, while this is all still relevant, I'll help you guys out. If I share this to my story, you're going to get some views. It's going to be perfect. Like, I'm going to help you guys out. We're going to do it. We're like, awesome. This thing, we had some technical
goes to
difficulties.
Ohio State too. So you know that Ohio State
The.
bond? Yeah. The. So it's like this dude's really helping out fellow Buckeyes. Like this is.
He
gonna
said
be
that
great.
was his goal. He
he an
said,
athlete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we know. Everybody
pretty
knows
big
what it
one.
is. We refuse to say what his name is. All right.
Yeah, don't give him any airtime. I feel
Yeah,
you.
no,
I feel
but
you.
it's not that. I don't think he's a bad guy, but the way that this situation was handled, he basically
Basketball
said,
player? I think I might have seen it.
No. Lacrosse player.
Oh, then no, I didn't see it. I
He
thought you had a
said-
basketball player on here.
Basically, he said, "Move me up, make me the shit, and I'm gonna help you guys out." We had some technical difficulties. The amount of editing we had to put into this fucking episode to make it sound good on his end and our end. Like his thing was buffering a little bit. Ours was at the beginning. We figured it out. Spent hours on this, dude. We grinded, and it was like we filmed it on like a Friday night.
That's crazy. Nobody sees that side.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like
no
if
one
somebody,
sees that.
I've done a million podcasts where I have probably been that guy where I'm like, I'm not fucking posting your shit.
Right.
And people put time into
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Well, we
Oh,
grinded.
that's interesting. That's a good perspective.
Yeah,
to
and
have.
it's not that I think he's a bad person. Maybe we just got lost in the sauce. I don't know. But we were tagging him, so we're demoting a whole week of posts to him. Where you're thinking, all right, like we're tagging you some posts. You're gonna comment, right?
Johnny, he didn't even comment. He didn't.
He was acting like he wasn't seeing shit.
We're not asking for like
So you have 1 million followers?
no, but he is more than us.
Yeah.
He has
he
maybe
saw it.
30.
No, he saw it. No, he was viewing the stories.
He
We
would
saw
like it. He would like the post.
Yeah.
But like, just don't say that you're gonna like
Help us
repost
out.
it and like
Don't act like
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
his big thing was if I can help anyone out, like I know what it's been like to I respect what you guys are doing. Time came,
Right.
push came to
Right.
shove. Day of the episode, we didn't even get a message saying, "Yeah, man, it sounded great." Like I don't even think he fucking listened.
Yeah.
Like honest to God, I don't think he even fucking clicked on the episode. If I had to take a guess.
wow.
Yeah.
So like he'll have no idea. Like we put the amount of time. Like he won't hear this because he won't. He's not tuning in. It's the truth.
I think I vividly remember texting Jarrett being like, "It's been 3 days of constant posting of him, and he hasn't like commented like, oh, this was
He
an
even
awesome
said, "Hey,
podcast."
thanks."
Yeah. Well then
he
people.
he had the fucking audacity on the podcast to say that was the best one he's ever been on.
Your guys.
Yeah.
Don't fucking say that and then not repost your
Yeah, he said
story
it's the most
one
fun.
time.
I was gonna tell you, you guys are like 5th on my list.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I would rather that and we might get a repost.
I was just fucking around.
Yeah, no, but it's different because, like I said, he basically said, we had other people. We had already filmed a bunch.
Yeah.
Like we
We
capitalized
had
off
one
the
with
winter break.
500K followers that we skipped
For him.
for him.
We were trying, like he was a little relevant at the time on TikTok.
He had like a TikTok thing popping
Yeah,
off.
and
with
he
his
talked
Duke
about it.
track star. So
But you
it
know
was
what?
like he drove down to Duke, whatever. It was popping off. It was
Maybe I've seen it.
It was
Yeah.
it was a whole storyline that people were following on social
Sick.
media. He broke it down a little bit and said, "You need to fucking do this." What we think happened was he ended up going on Instagram Live a week after
Yeah.
our post to talk about
no,
it.
he went on Barstool.
Yeah, but I think he went on Barstool
that was
before.
the
Barstool
yeah.
podcast?
Yeah, one of them.
But he went on to Instagram Live with her to talk about their situation, right?
who's
To
her?
fill people in. This girl from Duke. That was the whole storyline with TikTok. We think what happened was when he was on it, he was telling us, "Yeah, you guys should really use this."
Then he
I
was
think,
like-
"I think what happened was, holy fuck, I can use this. Why am I giving this to them?" And I think he fucking ghosted us. He didn't want anyone to know he was on there, and he wanted them to all have to go to his.
like he told
which I
the
get.
whole story on.
But
a
at least
podcast.
vocalize that to you.
Say that.
Yeah.
Be like,
Hey, listen,
guys.
here's why I'm not doing this. I do appreciate you
Yeah,
guys, though.
yeah.
That's understandable.
Right.
That's respect if you did that.
It's different. Like we put in a lot of time. We weren't asking the motherfucker to make a post. We weren't,
Yeah.
I mean,
Show a
he's-
little bit of appreciation.
Yeah. Like share a story, man. All it is a picture of you talking about how much you love Ohio State. Like
Right.
what's wrong with sharing that? Like we're just having some
Right.
fun.
And it was relevant content to him. It
Yeah.
wasn't like we were talking about shit off the wall that wouldn't have mattered to his followers.
But there's a lot of fake out there, and not that we're the realest people of all time, but damn, I mean, we give every fucking thing. We sell hoodies. You know what the first thing we fucking do? We ordered fucking the wrong color. Instead of sending people the wrong fucking color, we took them all, bit the fucking bullet.
Yeah.
We gave them all away. We didn't fucking pay. I think we maybe sold one extra.
Damn.
We gave them all fucking away because like there's a difference between being a good human being. Like I think the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. People are gonna, if you do good in the world, I think the world will eventually do good by you. It might not always feel
My
like.
language now.
Yeah, but like I just think that's who we both are. That's how it is. Like you came on this podcast. You know we don't have crazy followers. We get good views. Your episode fucking in our community.
I actually
people
don't care about going on a podcast with followers. I appreciate good dialogue.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But like I said, like we briefly saw like what you were touching on with that negative, like, oh, post this on your story. I agree that you know, like we would never.
Yeah, they
expect
look
you
at
to
too businessly,
Yeah.
but that seems a little bit less businessy and more like he was being selfish.
Yeah.
You know,
But after
because there's a business side that you
But
could be.
that's fine. Be selfish. Just let us know you're going to do
talk
that.
about it.
Yeah, you know the people on the podcast though, if they listen to that, they think that this guy was just doing good, trying to help out some fellow Buckeyes. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna help us out. People were literally texting us that like follow the show, you know, listen. We're like, why the hell is he not commenting on anything? Like, why is he not engaging at all? Like, it's one thing to not share it, but like, you think you drop a comment like, "Thanks for having me on, fellas." You know, it was a lot of fun.
I better comment because I don't want you guys to talk about it. I'm fucking commenting something.
But that's what was funny. He literally told us, "Yeah, bump me up. Like, I'm gonna help you guys out. This will help you guys. You know, get you some immediate help." Nothing, man.
He like stayed after a couple minutes, to, like talk with us about content and things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
He was really engaged when we talked.
helpful, yeah.
We had that 500K guy. I was like, yeah, dude, like he wants to maybe come to Columbus. If he does, why don't we like all get it? He was a golf ball account, okay, on Instagram, big account, good engagement.
Yeah.
So he was talking about maybe coming to Columbus, and we were like talking about going out. So we were like, yeah, well, if he comes down, why don't we bring you along with it? You can make some content. Like, you know, like he was gonna help us, we were gonna help him. Like, you know,
You rubbed our back, is that what you're about to say? Yeah.
I don't believe in that anymore, though. I don't. No, I just read a book about that. I can't really say that. That's why, like,
do you believe in like back tickles?
man, they are dropping right now.
What?
No, you.
Oh my
God! Light bulb! The underrated sign just flickered back there. He said, "Oh my God!"
I feel everyone at home right now is like,
No,
what
nobody
the fuck
knows.
was
Only
that?
one viewer out there
but yeah.
knows what's up.
Shut the fuck up.
He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
He's like, can we cut that part?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but it's that's kind of like what it was. It's like it's not that I didn't expect it out of him. He said that. We were like, listen, you helped us. We're gonna fucking help you. Like we have someone that's got what what you have, but at a higher level. Let's help you. Like if we can offer, maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but let's figure this out. Nothing. Just ghosted us. Haven't heard from him since. He does YouTube on campus. I was fucking praying I ran into like one of those interviews and I could be like,
Yeah.
what's up, buddy?
You're on my
You're in Columbus. You know you should get on the podcast? I'm good buddies with Ross Smith. Grandma's dude. The guy that does all the grandma pranks. You've seen his videos. Have you ever seen that grandma go up to Greg Oden on that one?
Oh, yeah.
So she does a lot of those. She does a lot of pranks.
I didn't know that those were pranks. I guess it makes sense. She's mic'd
Yeah,
up.
so that one wasn't
yeah.
supposed to. That one went way like.
Yeah, I do remember the one with
Yeah.
Greg Oden.
But you've seen his videos. He always does the stuff with the little. I don't know if this is politically correct. I like the two guys, so I'm friends with them. The two little.
Yeah.
I think they're dwarfs.
Yeah.
Little people. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
their name's
name
Sam and John. Ross, he would crush this podcast with you, especially he lives in Columbus.
is. Yeah. We can make any drive.
Actually, I just did a cool thing with Ross. So this is actually crazy.
The people listening are like, "What the fuck is going on right now?"
So, yeah, this is all over the place. Sorry. Hey, don't be a douchebag. Post your friends' podcast. Fucking losers. Anyway, that's the clickbait. Post your friends' podcast, losers. At least comment. 7613. So, I'm with my buddy Ross, good buddy of mine, awesome guy, very popular on TikTok and Instagram. Very popular. I think he's got like 26 million TikTok followers.
Okay.
He's fucking huge. So he hits me up in LA and goes, "Hey, I'm in LA. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's Cinco de Mayo." I'm like, "I'm fucking cooling. What's up?" He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go on this boat party. You want to come?" Yeah. Like that's sick, right? He's very majorly tapped in with a lot of people. So we go to this boat party, and it's not a boat; it's a yacht. And I'm like, "This is sick." And there's only like 15 people on it, and it's like super small, which is good. It's a good thing, right? It's like very, niche.
Right.
Personal engagement.
Yeah, exactly. You could talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's super fucked up. It's not a huge music in
personable.
your ear.
Yeah,
you can talk to people. So that's exactly what I started doing. I started talking to people. There's some, Instagram model people. There's some content creator people. A lot of OnlyFans people. guys and girls. Which I've never really met too many, but like these people are making like $60,000 a month.
It's
Insane.
fucking
guys
stupid.
making like $40,000 a month.
Really?
Who are straight, who make OnlyFans, whose entire audience is gay. It's insane. I know.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Why the fuck did I go to college?
That's right. No, if you're a hot girl and you live out west, you easily make $100K doing nothing.
Yeah.
Doing nothing. It's insane.
100K out west though. That's
Right,
it's
but
good,
still,
but
like
it's
you're doing
not-
nothing.
yeah,
you're
you're
not
right.
trying. Anyways, I'm on this boat and I start talking to this guy and he's like mid-20s, maybe could be 30. He goes, oh yeah, this is my boat. I'm like, oh no way, like what do you do? You're pretty young, like this is fucking huge. He goes, well, to be honest, it's my dad's. I'm like, oh, what's your dad do? And he goes, a lot of things. And I'm like, who's your dad? Like I could tell, you know what I mean? Well, he's on some TV shows. Okay, what kind of TV shows? Yeah, some stuff on Netflix. Dude, who's your fucking dad?
Yeah, like
man?
spit it out, man.
He's a judge on America's Got Talent. What? Right? I'm like, hold on. What are you talking about? Either Simon Cowell or Howie Mandel.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, Howie's my dad. I'm like, bro, what? This is fucking insane. The fucking place was huge. Howie wasn't there. That would have been cool.
Right.
I would have tried to shake his hand.
I know.
I would have tried to shake his hand.
I know.
Because he would have freaked out, right?
Yeah.
So what's he do? Fist bumps everybody?
Yeah, fist bump.
Yeah.
But I don't get that because like aren't there
Same
still
thing.
germs here?
Yes.
Like if they're here, they're getting.
You guys saw the dude that hypnotized him, right?
Yeah.
Did see that.
Yeah.
That guy
So
came
sick.
to Mansfield when we were on the Mansfield.
Yeah,
What's
he
his
did.
name?
Oh.
Chris something?
Yeah.
He's good, huh?
Oh,
dude,
my God.
that was the most if you told me like if I looked at my phone and we found out he was in Cleveland tonight,
I
like
would
we'd be
go.
buying tickets.
Sick.
Like we'd
Dude,
have to
he
go.
Sick.
snaps and you're like,
That's what
People
dude,
were fucking walking.
You got to really believe in it, though, huh? If to,
you
for it
do.
to work.
You
Dude,
You
I-
have to be
yeah.
okay with it. You have to be
He-
okay with
he
it.
Brainwash
says-
me into fucking making $1 million.
He literally said like he convinced them all that he was Drake, and because he looks like a little bit like Drake. He snaps his
He's a
fucking
light skinned
finger.
dude. I forget what he looks like.
Yeah, he's a light skinned dude. You know, he's a good looking guy. These fucking people were like, and these are people that are in our classes. Like we know these people. Like there's no way that they're like scripted to do this. They are fucking going nuts, cheering for Drake. The one girl's in fucking tears because she thinks she just met fucking Drake.
That's insane.
This dude was so fucking good at his job. But anyways, he got Howie to fucking shake hands on the show.
What'd this guy do with Kid Cudi? Cured him of an addiction? Of
Yeah,
some sort?
yeah, there was something. It's
Yeah, through
I love
hypnosis.
Yeah.
He did like something, maybe drugs, maybe I don't know. But
he did.
something
Yeah,
like
he did.
that.
He did work with Kid Cudi. He
Fucking
said,
Cudi. I love Cudi. You know,
Scott Mescudi, baby.
yeah, he's not from around here, right? He's from
He's Shaker. Yeah, yeah.
Shaker, yeah.
I mean, that's what
So,
I mean.
Yeah.
So Howie's kid, was he cool?
Super nice.
Super humble.
Oh
still?
yeah. I mean, you can tell you didn't want to
Right,
say it.
right.
People probably treat you differently when you're somebody something like that. Yeah, so I get
100%.
it. But yeah, amazingly nice.
First thing you said, his dad wasn't there. That would have been pretty cool. I would have loved to shake his hand. First thing you said, you were with him. There's nothing against, but like you
I
were
didn't say it
saying-
to him.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Like,
just said to you
Oh,
guys.
okay. I thought you meant like when you were talking to him.
No,
like,
I
oh,
didn't say it
damn,
to
that would have
him.
been cool if it.
But
you're
I
looking-
played it off probably like, oh, dude, I could tell you were
looking back on the moment though. First thing you said was,
to you guys.
"I get it." No, I get
Yes,
it though.
but yes, 100%.
I'm saying that's what
I'd
I'm
like to
just
think I
saying.
wouldn't treat him differently at all, but yeah, I
No,
get
you
it.
clearly wouldn't. I'm just
get
saying
it.
that's we're telling the story, and the first thing was, "Oh, I would have loved
Isn't
to
that
shake his
fucking
hand."
insane that kid just never has to do anything?
I think he does do some stuff though. Like,
Does he?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he
yes.
probably does, but what did he do to get there?
oh no, yeah,
Right? You know what I mean?
You
Like-
are grandfather.
Isn't that your goal though? Like, don't you want to do that for your kid?
100%.
100%.
100%.
I'm
your
on
kid?
board with
Yeah.
that. Like everybody
Yeah.
talks about.
No, I'm jealous as fuck.
Yeah,
I'll be
everybody
the first
who
person to say that.
Everybody who talks about when they're in their 20s having a family one day.
Right.
One thing that they commonly say is, "I want to give my family generational wealth.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to be able to provide for my
Or
kids."
or at least better than what you had.
better than what I had.
Yeah.
But then they hate seeing generational wealth put into use.
Yeah.
My dad was very successful, right? I have had fortunate things where I, was able to do this at a young age, go on these trips and do it. And people would be like, fucking 16-year-old with like a nice car for your first car. It's like, you want that for your kids, so
Yeah.
why are
Right.
you mad
Right.
seeing it? It's not my
Right.
fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, how I act about it could be my fault if I'm a
Right.
fucking prissy little bitch.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I am fortunate I had wrestling, otherwise I'd be a loser. If I
Right.
didn't know how to like struggle and suffer, I would be a loser. So thank goodness for wrestling. But yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Jealousy's ugly.
Yeah.
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
On not just comparing people better than me arbitrarily, like, oh, this person has more money, this person has more this, that could make you depressed.
Right.
Comparing to people that you're better than. will make you more depressed.
Right.
You think you're going to feel better. Like, I remember being a wrestler and being like in junior high and thinking, fuck, like I lost today, but you know what? So-and-so lost twice. And I'd feel better for a second. That does no good for me.
Right.
No good. It makes me feel good for 5 fucking minutes.
Right.
It's a whataboutism, literally. It's saying, what about that guy? He lost twice. I only lost once. And you feel better for 5 seconds. It doesn't change the fact that I what?
You
Lost.
Yeah.
So fucking deal with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what you got to think of. I don't know. Sorry, I get fired up. Let's go.
Is jealousy okay for a second?
I think it's human nature. I think it's just working through it.
But isn't that good though?
Yeah, it means you care.
I want what you have. How
How
am I going to get there?
Yeah, but something like as a coach that I've learned is a lot of people over talk about. Is that the word? Over talk? I don't know.
Verbalize?
Overemphasize blueprints. So as a coach, I got to hear by doing A, B, C, D. So most coaches think hey, this is how I did it.
Yeah.
This is how it has to be done. There is a good thing to following somebody's footsteps, but from a coaching standpoint, I like looking at it, hey, this is how I got here. Let's figure out what works for you and do this together. I think that's a more powerful way to bring somebody to their fullest potential, in my opinion. But yeah, jealousy definitely happens. I don't ride around though looking at like people's houses saying, oh, I'm jealous of this person. I want this. I more so just like think about the next thing in front of me. What can I get next?
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's a good topic to get into. You ever hear there's a whole fucking
In the
study.
Stall? Oh, okay.
What were you gonna say?
Well, you said there's a hole, and I said in the stall, and I said, yeah, you don't want to
In
play
the
with
stall.
Yeah,
You don't want to play with that.
Johnny, no. PG. There's a whole study.
There's a whole study about these people that were interviewed about would they rather have a $400,000 house on a block of all $200,000 houses, or would they rather have a $1 million home on the block of all the other houses that have $2 million?
I'm saying everyone picked 400.
Everybody picked the one that they would be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is better? You know what I mean? There's so many facets you could be better than somebody at. Like, why are you comparing one lens? It's so stupid. It's like, dude, just compare it to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you think the definition of success is my financial house, that's not my definition. But if that's what you think, you don't have to compare to the person next door to you. Your neighbor having a more expensive house doesn't mean he's better than you.
Right.
Or she. You know what I mean? Or she.
Right.
Gotta be, you know what I mean? So...
Who knows? Yeah, anything now.
I'm in LA, dog.
True.
You got your...
There are no yes sirs and yes ma'am for you.
Yeah, that gets yeah.
Yes, there.
Yeah. I say dude to everybody. What's up, dude? Yeah,
That's risky.
Bro,
Yeah,
they're all risky nowadays. You have to think about what you're saying. It's
It's
not disrespectful. Like, I'm sorry.
yeah. It's better to be confused, anyways.
Yeah.
Too. It's like, hey, I'm confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm an asshole. It's just I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not informed.
That's
I don't know.
fair. That's a good way to look at it. It's not like I'm not trying to be a dickhead here. I'm just
don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's valid. All right. This is the last thing. This is how we're ending the podcast. This is for you. Preston, feel free to answer too if you want. Next time you're on here, we'll say Christmas time. We're going to book you now, December 22nd. Don't know what day of the week that is.
Ooh.
Noon.
We're going 1-2-2-2-2-2. That's what date you want to go?
Oh, there
I'm
we go.
with it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm with
Yeah,
it.
that was
It's a lot of
exactly-
second places, but that's cool.
No, but the first is always in the lead.
That's always, yeah,
Oh,
that's me
don't-
and you guys will be
yeah,
the other ones.
Yeah, all right.
You're trying to book with him? I don't think.
Can you call my agent, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't. He doesn't. Have
You mean
that.
5963? Anyways, we're gonna book you now. I don't know, December 22nd.
Okay.
We're just gonna speak
And what's
into
the
it.
question?
That's the date it's gonna air. Okay, we'll figure out a time before then. What is one thing Johnni Dijulius and Preston
love those
Lewandowski?
Dijulius.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're
Squirrel.
like all over the place. Yeah. What is one thing Johnni Dijulius and Preston Lewandowski, I'll ask both, can either do better, be better
Between now and then.
between now and the next time
Dude,
you're on?
fucking what these...
One thing you want to accomplish? Don't yell at me for acting like I'm going fucking deep. Have you heard yourself today?
No.
3 hours of.
I'm excited so much about your 2 questions today.
Yeah.
Those were really
You've
good.
got me into that since our last interview. Your fucking movie question, if you could live in a movie, what movie? That's the kind of shit you really learn about people. Like, it's not
You
the
know
typical,
how many
what do you like
girls
to do?
I've asked that question to? And the fact I did it on a podcast, I have made it sound like it's the first time I asked those girls.
Yeah.
that. I hope they didn't watch.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
The Earth
that's a good one.
says hello.
Okay. You can go first if you have it off your top of your head.
It could be life. It could be you could be a better son. I don't know. Maybe it's something you want to accomplish. I don't care what it is. But what's something that's going to change between now and then that you're going to be happy about? Maybe you're a better listener. Maybe you're a better. I don't know. I've been thinking about stuff like this.
I have two things. One personally, one professionally.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's the kind of the route I was going to.
Personally, I want to be able to tell people no. I have a hard time telling people no and not doing shit that I want to do.
Okay.
Like, especially people close to me.
You know what
I have a hard
Can I have
time
$20?
You know what the
No, fuck no.
yeah, it's easy to tell no. You know, there's a quote. I don't know the key to success because it's different for everybody. But the fastest way to failure is trying to please everybody.
Yeah. That's
you
for
can't
sure.
say no.
That's for sure.
You will fuck up.
Yeah.
100%.
That's for sure. And I
a good one.
also want to work on letting go of the things I can't control. Like I can't fucking what are you going to do tomorrow? I can't control that. I shouldn't be worrying about that, but I do way too often.
Yeah, control the controllables.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Eat elephant, right? How do you eat elephant?
You know.
Guys, come on. You don't know that expression?
Do people eat fucking elephant?
It's an allegory. So,
Is that a thing though? Do
yes.
people-
No, just shush. Hope not. I fucking love elephants. How do you eat elephant as an expression? An elephant is an overwhelming obstacle that is an uncontrollable. How am I going to win states? How am I going to ask a cute girl to prom? I don't know if there's a high school kid listening, right? How am I going to get straight A's? How am I going to make $1 million one day? Elephant. It's how can I do this? It's so big. I can't put it all in my mouth. Oh my God. Right. It's big. It's overwhelming. The answer is bite by bite. So a bite represents each controllable, right? I can control if I pick my fork up.
Right.
I control if I fucking chew, right?
Right.
So what's the next? So let's say you're stressed out about what's something that gives you stress that's uncontrollable. Be super honest.
What gives me stress that's uncontrollable? An
outcome. Remember,
I don't know.
you want to be better at controlling the controllables, right? So like, okay, do you ever get stressed out about where you're going to be in 5 years?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so what is a direction you'd like to go?
I would like to be very financially comfortable.
Okay. What is the next controllable thing you could do after this podcast that you can control towards that direction?
That's a good.
I'm asking.
I know. I'm thinking.
What's the next controllable thing you could do at this podcast no matter what? Get a good dinner.
Yeah.
That's controllable. Get to bed on time. That's controllable.
Yeah,
Brush my
yeah.
teeth. That's controllable. Make my bed. That's controllable. So bite by bite by bite by bite. All of a sudden, half them motherfuckers eating. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's how you like to. That's how I'm sorry, not you. That's how I like to think of it. You know, it's like control the controllables, and all of a sudden, if I make enough good decisions with each small little controllable, I'm halfway done. Confidence doesn't come before the jump. You're standing on a cliff. You're about to jump into water. Everybody thinks, oh, if I just had more confidence, I'd do it, right? If I just had more confidence, I'd quit my job. If I just had more confidence, I'd ask this girl out. If I just had more confidence, I'd do that. Confidence is the reward of trying. So I jump off the cliff. I'm insecure. I land in the water. What's the first thing I say? Dude, let's fucking go again. Now I'm confident. Confidence is the reward of giving effort. You know what I mean? So it's like you're not gonna be confident with these uncontrollable things. You're gonna be you like a lot of people wait. I'm gonna wait on the cliff until I get confidence. Okay, I'm gonna get there. It'll never happen. You know what I mean? That's like a interesting way to think about it. You know?
Wow. Yeah, that's so true.
Johnny's just got. You need to write a book one day. Can you promise me that?
Dad, I steal everything from him.
Okay.
You guys should have my dad on the podcast.
We
should.
talked. He shared our last one,
Did you talk to him?
like on Twitter. We tweeted
yeah.
back.
I'll send you his
Yeah,
number.
we should. I'd love to sit down with him.
He hasn't really been too happy with me since I've hit a cliff, but maybe you guys can talk to him.
We'll talk to him about
Yeah.
it. We'll be like, hey.
I'd love to hear his perspective.
Do you know how many people?
Yeah, we
it's
should get
actually
the
really
other
good.
side.
If you go up to him and you're like, "Hey, listen, we want to know what you think about what your son does,"
Right.
Because so many people walk up to him, you know, he'll be doing speeches in like a random place, and they'll message me on Instagram and tell me that they did this. Like, dude, hey, I watch all your videos. I just ran into your dad at some summit he's speaking at. I told him, oh my God, dude, your son's crazy. And could you imagine people coming to me and be like, dude, your son's crazy. Dude, your son's wild. He probably is so stressed all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck. But okay, wait. So that's your personal one. What's your
Yeah.
business one?
So I just started a new job as a salesperson, software company. I think to get to like the job promotion, it's typically like a year. I'd like to get there in 6 months. So hopefully when we come back in December, hopefully I'm there.
That's 6 months. It's a perfect time.
That's
frame.
good.
All right, Johnny.
All right. Personal thing I want to be better at. Okay, I'm going to go professional first. Professional thing I want to be better at is I am very all over the place with no tomorrow. There is good things for me being off the script, spontaneous and all that, and I think it feeds who I am as a person. But when it comes to running a business, you do need the secretarial type of administrative skills. And I just got to get better at that. I got to get better at those kind of things. Yep. That's important. And I think I've oversaturated people that support me. And the only way to grow the image and the brand at all is to start tapping into how good are my business skill sets, getting it out there. Yeah. So that whole thing. I want No Tomorrow to be looked at as more of a, not Johnny's merch, and more of a professional business brand on its own. Yeah, you know what I mean? Nothing to do with me. That's what I like. Personally, I think I want to be more honest. I don't tell lies that are important. I spin. Hey, dude, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm just getting out of bed. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to upset people. Yeah. So, maybe going back to just letting people down, stuff like that. But it's not even that I care about upsetting people anymore. What did I say at the beginning? It's a habit at this point. It's muscle memory. You know what I mean? Someone is, and this is just an example, but somebody's like, hey, you almost here? It's so easy for me to not want to let them down and just say, yeah, I'm almost there, but I'm 30 minutes away still. Just small little white lies like that. I think they add up. You spin people too much. It's when you're good at talking, it could be a tool or a weapon.
Right.
For sure.
It could be a weapon.
Yeah.
And I've definitely weaponized it where I've gotten my way with stuff. And that's not good. That's not cool.
Right.
That's not cool. It's cool to get into a club. It's cool to weaponize it and get into a party. Okay. But when you're, when it leaks into other areas, you got to be better.
Right.
So that's an area I want to get better at.
Nice.
I like it.
What about you, Jarrett?
Oh, boy.
You asked us. We can't just not ask you.
Oh, God. I swear I haven't even thought about it.
Imagine being put on the spot with that.
Yeah, I guess you did, because I was just thinking I was ready to close up the interview, I swear. Oh, man. All right. Work-related it's not that I, professionally, I don't have a perfect path at the moment, nothing guaranteed at the second. So I want to make a decision not based off of a dollar value, not based off of anything.
Facts.
I want to make it based off of what I think was best for not only my future, but hopefully mine and Madeline's future, my family's future, just everything.
Damn, you think about getting married?
You gotta have an income. Same answer as last time.
Damn, you think about getting married?
No, we're far off. But I
How
value.
long have you been dating?
Over 5 years now, so it's been a while.
Bro, you are married.
Basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Damn.
But I always wanted
Shout out to Madeline.
Yeah. I love her. She's my rock. But I feel like one of our big things is when you're with someone for 5 years, shit can get comfortable.
What's your favorite part about Madeline?
My favorite part.
And I'm not saying this is you at all, but what's your favorite non-physical attribute that she has, character-wise?
No, without a doubt. Through this whole process, this last year has been a little bit chaotic for me. I don't show things at all, but obviously she knows me. She's She
sees your most vulnerable moments.
Yeah, she is nothing but she's always there when I just need someone. Whether that be I'm stressed about future work, whether that's stressed about my car died on me last year, I think it was literally after our interview, my car, that episode, my car died. Damn. Went without a car. No matter what it is, she's always hold up, take a deep breath, we're gonna fucking figure it out.
How do you eat an elephant?
Yeah, exactly.
She's fucking doing it for you.
Yeah, so I will give Madeline that no matter what it is. When I'm at my lowest of lows or highest of highs, she's always the same. You know what I mean? Same energy, same. And she might not even realize that. Some days, obviously, she can be a little bit more down.
You better fucking tell her.
Yeah, well, hopefully she hears this if she's still listening 4 hours later. No,
yeah, it was a long one.
And then personally, I'd say just overall, like I said, I don't read. I've listened to a book in the last year.
I'll give you my dad's book. He has a few. He has 5.
Yeah. I knew that he was an author, but I'm currently reading. It's called The Go-Giver, and it's got the 5 ideas to success.
And this is what you already quoted it.
Yeah. So it's
rub your back.
Yeah. That's right now. That's what I want to focus on more. I want to give and I know it can sound stupid. I want to, obviously, just like you two, I would love to have endless amounts of money. I'd love to be financially stable. I think that will come. That's what this book's kind of preaching, and it's really stuck. And that's weird for me to say. I don't read books. You can ask anyone who knows me. I don't read books. This book, I haven't even been able to pick it up again because I'm still stomaching the part that was before it. Like, I've read it a few times because I can't, like, the idea of being, like, the 50-50 thing, right?
What's 50-50?
Like, we were talking earlier, I'll rub your back, like, you'll rub mine kind of thing. He's
100.
saying, like, you need to let that go. That's not what life is. No. And it's like you start to think, well,
you're responsible for your own results.
People will start taking advantage of you, though. Like, that's the initial thought, right? You're thinking, all right, well, if I'm always fucking giving 100%, 100%, 100%, when do I get mine, right? I don't know. It's preaching the idea that it'll come, and that's something that I'm like. But like the first thing I said about that kid we were talking about earlier first thing was, yeah, he'll rub my back. I'll rub his. Like,
you
that's
expected it, and
exactly.
It
didn't come. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to run away from. So
but don't lose faith in humanity either. Have grace for people.
Exactly.
You know, like I can have grace for this kid that he didn't fuck you guys over per se, but for lack of a better term, we can have grace for him too.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Maybe he had a family emergency.
We have no idea
that week. Yeah.
Right? So, is he probably being a dick? Maybe.
Yeah.
But let's have grace.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
So I would say in the next 6 months when we sit down, I'm hoping I'm giving value to people, whether that be through this podcast, whether it be through sending text. Maybe Preston's having a rough spill at work, and in October I reach out. You know, maybe we plan a little trip. We take a step back or something. I don't know. I'm just saying I want to be better at like putting other people first, and not that I don't do that, but I think anyone could be better at it. I think even the best at it will say, yeah, I could still do this, though. I could still do that.
Put yourself first. You're number one.
Yeah, but I think with that, I need to be putting other people first with me. Like, you know what I mean?
If you're first, you're going to bring people with you.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, I just want to, I want to give. I think that's a good word.
You ever heard, you kind of said
time.
something, yeah, and Celsius and kilometers.
Okay, that's fucking weird.
That's just attention.
Yeah.
That's just attention.
Yeah.
Can you admit it? I just want attention.
No, it's not attention.
You
think I let anybody see this thing? Oh my God, no. That would ruin my life. Anyways.
Celsius. You're in Celsius, right? You said?
Yeah, I just want to learn it. So you said, I want to do stuff that I like and the financial stuff will come. There's a quote, money, what is it? Money, passion will never follow money, but sometimes money will follow passion. I'm sorry, find passion.
Yeah.
Meaning, if I tell you to dig holes every day for $100,000, you'd love the money. You would never fall in love with digging holes.
Right.
Yeah.
It would just never happen. However, flip that around. If you chase something you love and you do it well enough, there's a chance money finds you. There's a chance. So like I always like to think about stuff like that.
Like Dunkin' Donuts comes knocking in and...
Call my agent, dude. You so kind of looking back at what you said about Madeline a little bit. You know how hard it is for like men to admit they need emotional support? Men don't have any emotional support. Society puts such a stigma on be tough, be tough, be tough, which means don't share, don't share, don't share.
For sure.
80% of suicide rate is men.
Yeah.
You know that? 80%.
I didn't know that.
Isn't that insane? Because
insane.
anytime I think of like females, I associate like emotions.
Yeah.
You know?
Which I'm not saying guys need to go cry every day. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But like shit happens.
Right.
You have your person, right? You can talk to them like they're your best friend. Your girlfriend can have your emotional support. Madeline has it. But if you don't have emotional support, let's say you're single, who do you talk to? Who would you talk to besides Madeline? You want to cry right now.
No.
You're upset as fuck.
You're right. I just literally said when I was
Girls
telling
could talk to their best friends. Yeah. They could talk to their mom. They could talk to a stranger in the bathroom at the fucking bar and cry
together. Yeah.
And literally, he's an asshole. Don't worry. Here, have this drink. Let me give you a hug. Have literal physical touch, connection, feel better.
Yeah.
Right? Men don't talk to anybody. It's crazy. And people think I've never been to therapy, but I am so for it, right? People think it's weak. People think sharing your feelings is weak. People think being upset is weak. And in my opinion, it's not. I think the word tough is doing things that challenge you. Mm-hmm. If sharing your feelings is tough, by definition, you're being tough by doing it because you don't like it. It's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying go be a fucking soft-ass pussy, right? But damn, I do feel bad for a lot of people that don't have anybody to talk to. It's tough.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And like you said, I wouldn't be talking to anyone.
Who the fuck do you talk to?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Right?
I literally said in that, like, I don't talk to, about much stuff, but like, I said she knows because she's just like close.
Right.
If she wasn't there, I wouldn't talk. You know what I mean? And
I talk to myself.
Yeah.
I'll be in the car and I'll just
In
be
the
like,
mirror?
dude, I'm sad. I'll be like, bro, fuck.
On your way,
Shit.
on your way here, you're like, God, I could have slept in another hour.
No, I was up. I was ready for this. But, dude, I was like, hypothetically, like, you're driving the car, you're just like, fucking sad. I say stuff out loud. When you say stuff out loud, it has less power over you in your head.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice.
For sure.
I know you do this just because of who you are. I do this shit all the time and I catch myself. I'll be thinking about a future situation and I'll think about how it might go.
I daydream it all the time.
And I'll
It's my
catch
favorite thing.
myself.
My favorite thing to do is think.
And I'll catch myself talking out loud of what I might say in this situation.
All the time.
I'm like, if anyone was around me right
All the
now,
time.
they would be like, what the fuck
Dude,
are you talking
I wonder
about?
if people in cars see me
Yeah.
talking and think I'm on Bluetooth or think I'm like
Yeah.
role playing like a situation
Right.
out. I'll like, bro, I've like in my car driving, people like jam out as like a concert like in their own car.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's normal. Dude, I'll have like full interviews with myself. I'll be like, dude, I'm on Dr. Phil right now, and I'll just be like talking to my fucking self.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I do the pace because like I said, I have one of my goals is to be able to talk on a stage in front of people one day. Like I want to
sick.
do it in front of crowds. That's like been a dream of mine. Like I came to that light, and I'll catch myself walking around my fucking room, and I'm like doing the fucking. I'm like what, like it'll be like a few minutes, and I'm like I don't even fucking you just zone out. Like you're just
100%.
It's like you're in the fucking place.
For sure.
It's like a little preparation. All right, real fast. Song of the week. You Proof, Morgan Wallen.
Oh, what a banger.
I'll check it out. I never heard it.
Well, I think the last.
You're not a country guy, though.
I could be wrong, but the last time you were on, we had a Morgan Wallen song. Okay, which is weird.
I like Morgan Wallen because he has a song with Lil Durk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Broadway
cool.
Girls.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so he's got I was gonna do actually a hip hoppy rap, but this one's just newer. We're gonna roll with this one. I forget the other one. It got recommended. Hold up, give me a second. Serial Killers, Gucci Mane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah. Someone just recommended
It's
that.
it's a sneak diss at I think NBA Youngboy. I forget. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
All right, bro. Before we close out, you got anything else you want to add? Any final? Any shout outs? Shout out the manager. Give her one last shout out. She's doing
Shout
a
out
lot
to
for
the
you.
manager.
She's gonna be
killing it.
Yeah, she's gonna keep killing it.
She's gonna keep killing.
We're gonna
it.
do you believe in manifestation? Don't go deep on me. I need a yes or no. We're
Don't
closing
go
out.
deep,
No,
Johnny.
we're closing.
Johnny, shut the fuck up. We're done with
No.
you.
No, manifestation. I guess we could talk real fast because I meant to ask you this. Do you believe in the power of speaking shit into existence? Like it's gonna happen?
I do. I think it's more not just what you say out loud. I think you really have to believe it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Instead of okay.
Yeah, you
But
can
I
say
also believe in people think manifestation, and sometimes that goes hand in hand with it's meant to be.
Right.
I'm always where I'm supposed to be. Fate based stuff like that. I believe things can be meant to be.
Yeah.
But that stops people from giving effort. Like, whatever happens is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, if you get off your ass and work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So manifest, but you better fucking work.
That's a quote. I heard a quote was like, "Good things come to those who wait." Right? Is the
Good
original
things come
quote?
to those who fucking get off their ass and go fucking hard.
That's what he responded with.
Yeah.
They go, "Yeah, it comes a lot quicker to the
Yeah.
guy that fucking gets up off their ass and
Like,
goes and gets it done."
Yeah.
you know when they say like, he got lucky? Like, what is it? Luck is, I forget what the regular quote is, but I always think, good things come to. Wait, fuck. Never mind.
If you put yourself in situations, be lucky.
Oh,
though.
if you put yourself in positions, more shit happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're more due to get lucky. You know, you can always claim about Preston getting lucky on the golf course. If he goes and plays 7 rounds a week, I play 1. Yeah, he's gonna probably get a couple more breaks than I am. That's life.
But people so many people want to hit home runs, but they're scared to swing a bat.
Right.
You can't hit home runs unless you swing a bat. If you want to, this is what I learned about wrestling. If I want to score points, what do I have to be willing to have happen?
Get taken down.
I have to be willing to give up points.
Yeah.
I have to be, 100%. If I want to, I'm just trying to think of like relatable things for like people viewing. If I want to ask somebody out on a date, what do I have to be willing to have happen? Get rejected.
I would say no.
But so many people want the good without the scare of the bad. If you want this, you have to be willing to have that happen. If I want my podcast to be huge, I have to be so willing and okay with being super humiliated, made fun of, and it going nowhere.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the only way it'll happen.
Yep.
So yeah, I love talking about that kind of stuff. But yeah, so
the fucking
we're
man,
gonna leave this on a cliffhanger for December 22nd, 2022.
Wait, what day of the week? If it's a Tuesday,
How insane would that be if we fucking did it on December
That would be
22nd?
sick.
That'd be sick.
Hold up, I'm looking. December 22nd, 2022. It's a Thursday.
Oh, I have a challenge for you guys before we get off.
Let's hear it. Rock, paper, scissors.
When's the last time we planned that? When's the last time I was pissed that he told me it was his idea, so I had to lose? It was stupid. Fuck Freddie. Love Freddie.
Script.
What's jump from a hot air balloon? All right, motherfucker. What's the last time before this you did a podcast?
Last time before this we did one, it was we were home.
Probably a
I
month
was
ago.
home. Yeah, probably.
So it's been over 30 days.
I would say probably right in there.
Okay, that's a long time for you guys?
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
way too long.
Longest
Okay.
like we've probably ever taken.
My challenge is text me this week somebody you planned.
Howie Gross, it's already planned. We already
Who?
got on the sponsor of this
This
place.
guy's office.
Bitch, how good are we? We just confirmed it. Yeah, no, he's coming on hopefully next. We're going to get some more. We actually have a girl that's currently making an intro song for us. It's still in the works. Her computer
Yeah.
crashed. We want to
Super
have her.
cool.
She's coming into town. I'm going out of town next week. She comes in Friday night. I leave Friday afternoon. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh,
so I
man.
wanted to get her in so we could do the Zoom, but you know how it is.
Zoom sucks. Yeah, do
Zoom
it in
just
person.
doesn't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't
This
capture. It
conversation-
doesn't capture audience.
This conversation would have literally ended
Energy,
2 hours
dog.
ago.
Fucking energy.
That's what you bring, baby.
For sure.
All right,
Johnny
hey.
Dijulius.
Johnny Dijulius, the man, the myth, the legend. We appreciate you. That's
Thanks,
about
brother.
it for us. Pito,
Yes, sir.
take us out.
Thanks for kicking it back with Preston and Jarrett and Johnny. Peace out.
Yeah, I've been throwing down the whiskey. I ought to get my money back. And someone said